call Biden a criminal. Why is that?
He is a criminal. He's a criminal. He got caught. Read his laptop. And you know who's a criminal? You're a criminal for not reporting it. You are a criminal for not reporting it. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for a long time. And you're a criminal in the media for not reporting it. Good luck, everybody.
Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 30.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11th electoral votes, West Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I'm happy to see all of you in the chat fresh off of a Battlefront / Fortnite stream, and we are ready to go. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to discuss. Hopefully the internet doesn't crash on me this time, and the last CobraCast was taken down by YouTube. That's right. The last CobraCast was taken down by YouTube. YouTube took it down. Community guideline warning. Yes. Community guideline warning. Now, not the official, I guess, last CobraCast, but the emergency CobraCast that I did on Tuesday. That one got taken down. And yeah, so I guess I've got to be a little careful with what I say and do now. But it is fully available over on Rumble. If you want to go over there and check me out on Rumble, it is still on Rumble. You can go check it out. I did react to a very, 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 let's just say, unpopular thing that big tech doesn't like us talking about. Some guys in the hood basically exposed a dude going to see a young female that he was not supposed to be going to see. And that's why they hit me for it. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. I didn't get a strike, so it is what it is. We just let it go. The 199 continues to roll, and ain't nobody gonna stop us. But yes, so if you were wondering what happened to the last emergency CobraCast, that is what happened. So my apologies if you didn't see it, but it was a good episode. I was really happy with it. Magnum Norris in the house. Donald J. Trump for 2024. Bishes. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Jared the American. Hey, Jeremy, DM'd you something to talk about. All right, I will check that out. What's up, Jared? Jason's statement, may the corn be with you the long way. Steiner Math, hail to our leader, Jeremiah, as he leads us down the path of righteousness, and his thumbnail to test us against thoughts of motorboats and milk trucks. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed the thumbnail. I did a thumbnail with Big Mike a few days ago, and there was a lot of people. I was like, hey, you can't do that to us, bro. I saw a few people say, why can't you just make it Trump's lawyer in the thumbnail? I'm like, well, I can do that. And that's exactly what I did. Derek says, give Jeremy all your money. I fully support this message. And I appreciate that, Derek. Sophie, no hoodie? Who are you? That motherfucker is not real. It is a hoodie. It's a hoodie. Yeah, look at there. It's just a lightweight hoodie. It's like a t-shirt hoodie. There we go. See? An 8 Mile. I'm 8 Mile. 8 Mile Cobra. So it is still a hoodie. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk about, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just talk about it right now. Let's talk about this clown right here. Let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about this pathetic beta loser, Eminem. Let's talk about him. He is so pathetic. And this clip has started making the rounds again. And I saw a lot of people in my comments crying and whining. Oh, why are you bringing this back up? Because he deserves to get absolutely annihilated for it. Eminem is trash. Eminem used to be the man. Do you remember once upon a time, Eminem used to say words that hurt people's feelings, and Eminem used to rebel against the system, and Eminem used to actually stand for something? And now he is nothing more than a pathetic beta loser. Listen to what this clown has to say right here.
When I start talking about Trump, I get too flustered in my head, and the shit that I want to say, there's too many things I want to say at once. So sometimes I start talking and I'm not able to convey the message the right way because I just get flustered and frustrated watching him play to his base that thinks that he cares about them.
This man can't even think straight. This is the dude that has annihilated every single rapper that has ever stepped in his path. He has annihilated everybody. He is the greatest lyricist of all time. No doubt. No doubt about it. You know, I can sit here and tell you how much of a beta he is now, but back in the day, Eminem was the GOAT. He just was untouchable on the mic. But the person that has defeated Eminem, the person that has defeated him is Donald Trump. Donald Trump has defeated Eminem. This is the most hilarious thing ever. Here we go.
And it's actually the people that he cares about the fucking least. If you're talking about his core being, you know, a majority white middle class, what I don't understand is how in the fuck do you feel like you relate to a billionaire who has never known struggle his entire fucking life? I will say this, he talks a good one. And if you're in his base, you're a core, let's say you're going to the rallies or whatever, you watch him on TV, you hear him talking this shit. There's part of me that understands, like, all right, he's somehow still got them because he's brainwashing them into thinking that something great is going to happen. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. I don't know, man. I get really flustered when I talk about it.
Yeah, Eminem. Yeah, I'm sorry to inform you, Eminem. Whatever world you live in, but in the real world, the world that everyone else lives in, a world where the economy was hitting levels we had never seen, in a world where gas prices were cheaper than they had been in years and years, in a world where African American unemployment was at an all-time low, at a world where immigration was being kept under control, in a world where we had historic peace deals around the world, in a world where there were no new wars. I know, Eminem, I know you would rather just have George W. Bush or Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or Joe Biden going ahead and creating mindless, senseless wars so that they can benefit, all while people around the world, including our very own brave men and women of the United States military, get to go die so that these politicians can get richer and richer and create more power. I know that's impressive to you, Eminem, because you're a literal piece of shit. But for everyone else that has a working brain, we kind of like it when there's no new wars. We kind of like it when the economy is booming. And we kind of like it when people, everyday people, have the ability to have control over their lives. But hey, Trump said mean words and Eminem's crying like a little bitch. Oh my God. This is the most hilarious thing I've seen. And it's amazing that this dude used to feed off of offending people. And now he's crying over Trump. And to the people that say, well, this was so many years ago, I can't believe you're bringing it up. I'll bring it up for the rest of fucking time until Eminem can find his balls and maybe he could say, hey, maybe I was fucking wrong. Joe Biden's actually a piece of shit and Donald Trump did more for the American people than any president in my lifetime. That's never going to happen. And we know that's never going to happen because Eminem's not allowed to have those opinions, first of all. And he doesn't have the balls to give them, even if he did have those opinions. So, yes, I will continue to make fun of him and laugh at him. That is so damn funny. I love it. So keep trying, Eminem. We're all laughing at you because you are truly, truly pathetic. Wow. What a fall from grace. What a fall from grace that dude has had. But speaking of the man that offended him, he did an interview with Newsmax tonight, and I figured we would go ahead and just watch this interview right now. And I think, has Eminem ever won Beard of Shame? He could be. He could be a front runner for Beard of Shame. He could be a front runner. We shall see. But I have not seen this interview yet, but Trump did an interview with Newsmax. Let's check it out.
We just sat down with President Trump moments ago for his first interview since his third indictment. You will not believe the directions we went and the news he broke. Everything from his decision about appearing at the GOP debate. That's right. He's made his decision, and whether he will sign the pledge supporting other candidates for president, and what he really thinks about Jack Smith, Fani Willis, Bill Barr, and Chris Christie. And wait until you hear what he has to say about Joe Biden's state of mind. Here's the president from Bedminster moments ago. Mr. President, thank you for sitting down with us, spending some time with us. A very busy schedule. You've been killing it. You've been doing extremely well. The poll numbers are off the charts. You got some new polling. Tell us about it.
Well, I guess we're up by 45 and 50 points now, and it's a great honor. People see what's happening with our country. They see how badly it's doing. I think they're trying really to contrast that to 4 really incredible years. We rebuilt our military. We got the largest tax cuts in history, the largest regulation cuts in history. We did so much, and we had such success. We were respected around the world. You know that better than anybody. We were respected by China and by Russia and by everybody. You wouldn't have had Ukraine and Russia. You wouldn't have had Taiwan and China. You wouldn't, which could very well happen, by the way. And we were doing very well as a country. And then all of a sudden, we have this group of people running it, and they're incompetent. This Joe Biden is just an incompetent man, and he's crooked as you can be. Crooked, we really do. We call him Crooked Joe now because what they've done with the election.
He wanted to laugh. He wanted to laugh.
An incompetent man, and he's crooked as you can be. We really do. We call him Crooked Joe now because
he wanted to laugh. He wanted to laugh. So
what they've done with the election to weaponize a DOJ and an FBI like he's done. People have thought about it for probably 100 years, and they do it in third world countries, but they never did it here, where you have 3 and 4 indictments. You never had an indictment in your whole life, and now you have 3 or 4 in a period of a month. It's all because of the election. They could have done it 2.5 years ago, by the way, if they really wanted to. But they never thought it was going to be necessary. But we're leading him by a lot, too. We're leading not only.
Seriously, Trump is what, almost 70? Never had any issues with the law whatsoever. And now suddenly, as he's the front runner for the Republican nomination after being the president of the United States of America, and suddenly now, right before the 2024 election, indictment. And I'm sorry, almost 80. So yeah, so that strengthens the point. Trump is almost 80 years old because he's what, 76, 77, something like that, 78, something like that. So the man has been on this earth for almost 80 years, never had 1 ounce of problems with the law. And now, as he's the front runner for the Republican nomination, suddenly indictment. It's just fucking nonsense. And everyday people know this.
Only the Republicans by, I guess, 50 and 52 points. That's a lot. But we're leading Biden by a lot. And they've weaponized everything. It's called election interference. And I don't think they're getting away with the game because since they've done this, our poll numbers have gone up. The people of this country know it, but we have a crooked guy. We have an incompetent man. I would have never said that. But when they did that, then you sort of say, let's take the gloves off. What they're doing to this country at the border, what they're doing to our country with taxes, they're using the environment to just destroy people. I mean, the windmills are absolutely the most expensive form of energy you can have. We have liquid gold right under our feet. We were making a fortune. And then he turned that off, and it's an environmental nightmare.
There's some news that came out today. James Comer, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, released some documents that show that the Biden family received tens of millions of dollars from countries like Kazakhstan and Ukraine and others. One of the subtexts was there was a transfer of money, $142,300 that went from one of these foreign oligarchs right into the Devon Archer and Hunter Biden company, which they turned around the very next day and purchased a sports car, same dollar amount.
Yeah.
They're doing this type of thing, and you're answering indictments and arraignments.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, it really is incredible. And I'm answering them not for that. I'm answering because I question an election. Not only question, I totally dispute that election. I think it's ridiculous what happened and that they allowed that to happen and that the media doesn't want anybody to talk about it. But now we can. And we did something yesterday. You know, now that we have the subpoena power, because we now have subpoena power, all of a sudden the J6 committee, the unselects, I call them, everything was deleted and destroyed. The documents, everything was deleted and destroyed. That's a criminal act. So all of that stuff.
My prediction is the more that they try to go after Trump, because what happens when something becomes desperate, it starts making emotionally charged decisions and you start missing a lot of the details. I think that they are so focused and so terrified of Trump that they're going to do, like, they're literally throwing everything at him right now to stop him. And they know they can't stop him, but they're trying. They're trying everything they can do. And the more they try to stop him, the more popular he gets. And the more that it shows that he will 100% be the Republican nominee. And I think that they're going to open up Pandora's box. I think that they're going to expose themselves in a way that they never thought about. That's what I think. I think that will happen. That's ultimately what I believe will happen. This path will ultimately lead to that. That's my prediction.
For all of that nonsense you watched for a year and a half go on with all Democrats and 2 so-called Republicans, but they were worse than any of the Democrats, Kinzinger and Cheney. It's all been deleted and gotten rid of. They deleted it because they didn't want anybody to see it, because the real answers were there, but they didn't want to report it. That's incredible. And when you talk about Russia and you talk about money coming in, during one of the debates, if you remember, the second debate, I said, what about the mayor of Moscow's wife? $3.5 million. And Chris Wallace was like fighting me. You shouldn't ask that. You shouldn't. And nobody's mentioning that. But that was a major bone of contention, because I was saying to Chris Wallace, he got $3.5 million, and I believe it was him, indirectly or directly. And I was debating Joe Biden, not Hunter Biden. I got $3.5 million. I said, what about the $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife that was given to you? And Chris Wallace really, I said, who am I debating? Am I debating him or am I debating you?
You bring up a good point. The next topic I want to talk about, the debate. Chris Wallace was at Fox. He stopped that debate down and fact-checked you, and he was wrong.
As he always is. Bexy says, Jeremy, did you hear about the FBI is asshole that supposedly they took out a guy that was supposedly making threats to Biden on social media. He was like 75 years old. I did hear about the story. I am not going to comment on it until I hear more about it, because I want to know more about what happened before I get involved in that story, because I haven't had enough time to dig into it. I've seen a lot of people reacting to that one, and based on the surface, it sounds horrible, but I want to hear more information before that I get further into this, because it seems very like I've certain people I've seen talking about it. I've just been like, man, that seems like an emotional reaction to what happened. And I want to know exactly what happened before I give any specifics. Because I think that, I mean, how many times have we seen that happen on the flip side of things? And the left, reacts to something happening when there's a lot more context to it that is being left out. So I just want to know more about it, because on the surface, it sounds absolutely unbelievable and disgusting. And it wouldn't surprise me, but I want to know more about it first.
He was so wrong.
Which begs the question, August 23rd, Fox debate. You said in the past, you said I'd be stupid to go to the debate because I'm winning. Someone else used the comment like, why eat when you're not hungry? You're not going to that debate, are you?
So I'll let it be known next week. But look, I'm leading by 50 and 55 points over DeSanctimonious. The nice part is I'm leading by a lot over Biden. Nobody's ever led by so much over somebody. We just have to make sure they don't cheat on the elections, because that's the question I get more. Sir, will they do it again?
Imagine this. Donald Trump is leading by more margins than anyone has led at this point in the process, and it's not even close. He's also, by the way, for all of these idiots out there that say Trump is unelectable, he's the only guy running that's been elected for president before, you fucking morons. Like, that's such an NPC response. These people that have been told to believe something. And like, do you realize you're saying that the only guy that has ever been elected is unelectable? What the fuck are you talking about? What is wrong with you? How stupid can you be to repeat that line that Donald Trump is unelectable? Donald Trump, the only guy that's ever been elected for president of the United States on the Republican side, the guy that improved his numbers as a sitting president, which is very rare. You're saying that guy's unelectable. You are literally retarded if you say that. Something is truly wrong with you.
Will they cheat again? We're not going to let them. We can't let them, because that election will be the most important election in the history of our country, because our country's going to hell. You look at our borders, we're being...
Someone said, so why should... Where to go right here? So why should we expect them to play fair this time around? We shouldn't. We shouldn't. That's why every single person that's not a crazy leftist and a crazy Democrat should be backing the man that's on my screen right now, Donald J. Trump. Every single person that is not a crazy fucking leftist should be backing that guy. He is clearly the front runner. He's clearly going to be the nominee. He's clearly the only person that can take back the White House. So every single person that's not a crazy leftist should be backing Donald Trump. End of discussion. And anyone that isn't is supporting Joe Biden. Bottom line.
Invaded at our borders. Prisons are being emptied out into our country, and mental institutions, insane asylums. It's a stronger word, but or words, because he would say word, it's words, but insane asylums being emptied out into our country, terrorists are pouring into our country. They're catching a lot, but the ones that are really bad and really smart, they're getting through, and we have no idea where they are and who they are, where they come from. Our country is in serious trouble. We are at a level where I don't think we've ever been like this. I think it started with the election.
That is a fact, Magnum Norris. That is a fact. Did anybody in history? He did it.
But I think it also...
Could you imagine the narrative? Could you imagine? And this is why we saw what happened. Could you imagine? Let me give Trump a better. I want to give Trump a better freeze frame there. But could you imagine the narrative if Donald Trump got more votes than anyone in the history of the United States as president? Could you imagine the media having to battle that narrative as he gets reelected? It would collapse every single thing that they had, and they couldn't stand for it.
Big part of it was Afghanistan. When they saw how incompetent we handled that, when we left, when we took out the soldiers first, and I was all set, we were going to leave with dignity and strength. I dealt with the head of the Taliban, and the press went crazy. How would you call him? I call him because that's the one that was making the decisions. As they said to Jesse James, you remember Jesse James, the bank robber, why do you only rob banks? I rob banks because that's where the money is. So I spoke to the head of the Taliban, and we had a very good understanding. For 18 months, not one American soldier was even shot at, and he knew not to do it. And then this guy takes over, and he moves the military out first, leaving 13 dead soldiers, 36 horrifically wounded, many other people dead. You know, people don't talk about that, but many, many people dead. And all of this for nothing. And what else did we leave behind? $85 billion worth of equipment. Billion, not million, $85 billion worth of the best military equipment in the world, because I rebuilt the military. So I bought most of that equipment. They gave a lot of it to the Taliban, to Afghanistan. So I don't think we've ever had a country in worse shape. One thing very important, today it's nuclear. It's not army tanks going back and forth. And we have a man that can't put two sentences together, he has no idea what's going on with Russia, with China, with Pakistan, with India, with Iran. I had Iran. They were going to make a deal within 1 week after the election. They would have had a deal, and there would have been no nuclear weapons. Now they're very close to having a nuclear weapon. And we have a man who's grossly incompetent as our president, and he has no idea. You take a look at what's happened to us worldwide. Saudi Arabia has left us, essentially. Iran is a disaster. We would have had Iran. It was going to be very good for everybody. There would have been no nuclear weapons. But China's trying to take over the world, and they're doing it. They're in Cuba now. They're taking over, essentially, quietly, militarily. They're taking over Cuba, but they're taking over South America. They're taking over the Panama Canal. How about the Panama Canal? We lost 36,000 lives. The mosquito. We lost 36,000 lives building the Panama Canal. It was stupidly sold for $1 to Panama. Okay, how about that one? It was done during the Carter administration. It was sold for $1, and now China is taking it over. But they have President Xi of China no respect for this country anymore. They have no respect. We're like a laughingstock because we have an incompetent president.
We have so much. You just opened up so many avenues right now. But just to clean up, tie up the Fox debate. You said you'll decide next week. What is there?
I'll be announcing. Yeah, I've already decided, and I'll be announcing something next week.
Because I noticed the Fox senior executives came and had dinner with you and pitched you. Did they move the needle?
Well, they were very nice. Look, they were very nice.
Here's why, Mr. President. The only reason I say this, I put a poll up on Twitter. At least 2/3 of the people don't want you to do the debate because they feel it could be a setup. Are you concerned about Fox setting it up?
Well, when you're at 75, 78, 80%, and other guys are at 0, 1%, 2%, 3%, you do say, what's the upside? Am I going to go up 1 point? But they could go up. You know, they're not dumb people. They're senators. They're governors. They're intelligent people. You have some very good people. I think you have some very good people, and you have some people. I mean, I have a problem with the debate for another reason. I wouldn't sign the pledge. Why would I sign a pledge? There are people on there that I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have certain people as, somebody that I'd endorse. So they want you to sign a pledge. But I can name 3 or 4 people that I wouldn't support for president. So right there, there's a problem. Okay, right there, there's a problem. But I don't have to use that.
Right now,
no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There's no reason to insult them. But there are some people there that a lot of people wouldn't endorse, but they wouldn't be right. They're not going to go anywhere, by the way. They're not going to get it. But I wouldn't endorse it.
RNC said that's one of the requirements for.
Yeah.
So on the debate, I mean, obviously, I would love to see Trump at the debates because I don't think that they can touch him. I really don't. But he has every reason to be very cautious, and he has every reason to not want to go. He's not being treated like the fucking front runner. They'll beg him to show up because he's obviously the guy that brings all the attention, but they don't give him the respect he deserves outside of begging him to show up. Well, it's like, well, then treat me with some fucking respect as the guy who's clearly the only person that can turn the needle. He's the only guy that could put asses in seats. He's the only guy that could put eyeballs on your television screen. Yet you treat him like shit until, of course, you need him, and then you want to beg him to show up. Like, Trump will destroy them. I'm not worried about that. We've seen him do this time and time and time again. It's not about that. It's about the fact that they disrespect him constantly, and then they beg him to show up to help boost their ratings.
So you won't sign it?
Well, I have 3 or 4 people that I wouldn't, who would put these people as president? If you ever put these people as president, but you'll get somebody else. There'll be somebody. But right now, I saw Kristi Noem, who's terrific. She's done a fantastic job. I watched her this morning. She was on television. They asked her, are you going to run? Because there are other people running. Are you going to run? She said, no. Why aren't you going to run? Because nobody can beat Trump. She said it, which I greatly respect. I mean, she's saying, I hope the truth. She said, well,
and Kristi Noem is someone that for whatever reason doesn't get mentioned, but I know DeSantis tried to claim that he was like the king of lockdowns or the anti-lockdown president. He was good. I live in the state of Florida. DeSantis was good. Kristi Noem was better. Kristi Noem was better. She just was.
Why would I run? Nobody's going to beat Trump. There's not even a contest. These people are just wasting their time. Somebody like Asa Hutchinson, who's polling at 0, will ask me nasty questions. Somebody like Chris Christie, he's polling at 1%, and he's going to ask me nasty questions, and others too. And then you have some that are very good. I mean, Tim Scott has been very nice, and Ramaswamy has been very, very nice. I mean, these are, very capable people, very good people. But why would you do that when you're leading by so much? Ronald Reagan didn't do it. Nixon didn't do it. Many people didn't do it. And but I'm going to look at it very seriously. I'd like to do it. I've actually gotten very good marks on debating talents, but you want to be, they want a smart president. They want somebody that's going to be smart. So we have to do the smart thing.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you that why would you do it? Christie and Pence both said.
I like how he says Vivek Ramaswamy's name. Ramaswamy. I like how he says it.
You may not have the guts.
You can tell that that's a tough one for. He always thinks that one through. It's really good
to come on to the debate.
Well, that's what people will say. They'll say, "Oh, he doesn't have the guts. He doesn't have the guts." I mean, I did CNN town hall. That was about as hostile as you can do. I did very well because I did so well that they fired the head of CNN over that debate. But no, it's not a question of guts. It's a question of intelligence. And I'm going to make a decision. I haven't, totally ruled it out. I would love to do it in many ways because I sort of enjoy that. But we'll let people know next week.
Fani Willis, the prosecutor in Georgia. They're setting up barricades outside the
terrible.
They're in preparation, obviously, I would assume, for an indictment. What are your thoughts of her? Because there's some discussion that she may have some questionable background. There's her father may or may not have been in Black Panther. I think that was discussed. She's had perhaps incorrect relationships with some of the people, some of the gang members that she's also prosecuting right now. Can she give you a fair shake?
No, of course not. Look,
no.
I don't think the people of Georgia, where I did very well, and I won it the first time, and I won it, I think, by much more the second time. I can say that about the whole election, too. I don't think they'd stand for it. This woman is not a capable woman. She's a woman that has, and maybe she'll change her mind. And I don't know what she's doing. I really don't know. All I know is she could have done it 2.5 years ago if she was going to do something. And this is about a perfect phone call, a call where I'm questioning the election. I'm telling them that, in my opinion, the election was rigged. And they're saying that I did something incorrect. I didn't do anything wrong. I believe I won that election by many, many votes, many, many hundreds of thousands of votes. That's what I think. And I expressed that on the phone call. And I said, I don't know what the number was, like 11,000 or something. I said, what I need is 11,000 votes. I won this thing by hundreds of thousands of votes. That's my opinion. And it's a strong opinion. And I think it's borne out by the facts. And we'll see that. But she wants to do something on a perfect phone call. This call, I say, was more perfect than my call with Ukraine, which turned out to be a hell of a lot better than people even thought, because I was right about you.
The perfect phone call. This one's even more perfect than the other perfect phone call. How can you not love this man?
Ukraine. When I said you should look into and take a look at Biden, I called to congratulate Zelensky. Nice guy. I call and I get along great with him. I get along great with Putin. And frankly, I'll have something worked out within literally 24 hours. I will get them to the table fast and we'll get it worked out, because people are dying at levels that nobody's ever seen. But when you look at that phone,
people are dying at levels that no one's ever seen. Damn it, Trump.
call, that original phone call with Ukraine, I was so right about that. And I said, what's going on with Hunter Biden? It turns out he worked for Burisma, took in all of this tremendous amounts of money, and then the laptop from hell was discovered. And you know, a lot of people, the first thing they said is, wow, Trump got impeached for nothing. He was right. Actually, he got impeached and he was 100% right. But you need people with courage. You know, Bill Barr was a coward. He was afraid to do things. He was afraid he was going to be impeached. And I was very rough on him, I will say. I said, you have to do something. You know, you're an American. You have to do something, Bill. And he just was a coward. He was afraid to do anything. We need people of stature. We need people that are brave. We need people that are patriots. We don't need cowards, because we're fighting a radical left fringe in this country. And I say it, you know, we have dangers from within and from without. But the dangers from within are more dangerous, because, you know, the dangers from without, outside, China, Russia, etc., I can handle them. But these maniacs, these lunatics that we have in this country, that go from one scam to another, Russia, the Mueller hoax. You look at the Mueller report. After 2.5 years, they found no collusion with Russia. You look at the fake dossier, the Steele dossier, fake, where the FBI offered him $1 million if he could support his own writings. They couldn't do it. A total fake deal. They're all fake stories. You look at the Pfizer reports. Look at the 51, just to bring it up to date, the 51 intelligence agents that said that the Hunter Biden laptop from hell was from Russia, okay? And it turned out to be false, and they knew it. You look at the Twitter and the FBI working together. You look at the DOJ and Facebook working together. You look at 2,000 Mules. Look at 2,000 Mules. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of tapes of people stuffing the ballot box. And this slob, Bill Barr, is a slob. He's a coward. He didn't do anything. He couldn't do anything. He wouldn't do anything about it. And it's a shame. And that was a mistake. You know, I had some great people, really great people, but I had some that aren't so good. And Bill Barr was one of them. Bolton was an idiot, but Bolton was good for me because everyone thought he was crazy. So every time I walked into a negotiation with a foreign country, they thought I was going to blow them up. I was going to go to war because he's a maniac. And I was able to make great deals with these foreign countries. So that was okay. But I know the people. I know the best ones and I know the worst. I know the brave, the smart.
I will say that on the Bill Barr front, And Mike Pence, again, man, everybody knows I love Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm going to support this man through thick and thin. But his personnel decisions were bad. Bill Barr should have never been in that position. Mike Pence clearly was a horrible choice for the vice president of the United States of America. And that just opens up the conversation about Trump's personnel choices were not good. Now, I think that there's an argument to be made that even though he ran on draining the swamp, that's a much bigger task than just doing it in your first term. You see how much resistance he got already. And he was already trying to play as much ball as he possibly could. So I do think that element of it is somewhat justifiable, but he's got to learn. And I know he will. Smart guy. He's but he's got to learn from those mistakes and surround himself with people that will truly have his back at any cost. That's what it's going to take. That's what he's up against. He's got to do that. So while you want to sit there and criticize, your former cabinet members, you chose them to be in your cabinet, and that just has to be acknowledged.
The dumb, I know them all.
So brings me to the next question, Jack Smith.
Yeah.
Biden gets Merrick Garland to get Jack Smith to do these investigations of you.
Deranged. He's like a deranged human being. I watch this guy.
What's his motivation?
I think he's just a sick guy. He destroyed the lives of many people. He was overturned unanimously in the Supreme Court. I believe he's 0-5. In other words, he takes it to the end. He was involved with the IRS scandal, the big Lois Lerner IRS. That was him. That was his baby, where the government had to end up paying money, damages, and apologies all over the place, where they went after Christians and they went after incredible people. Jack Smith, he's like a deranged individual. And I think we're doing very well with that guy, but he's a sick puppy. And, you look at the boxes. I come under the Presidential Records Act. I'm allowed to do everything that you see. Biden didn't. Biden's got 1,850 boxes. He's got boxes in Chinatown. Now, here's a guy getting money from China, and he's got boxes in Chinatown. That's big stuff. He's got boxes at Penn, totally unsecure, and he's got boxes under his Corvette, right behind his Corvette, sitting on a wet garage floor, classified documents. I never hear anything about that. Mm-hmm. It's a rigged system. It's a corrupt country. We're living in a very corrupt country, and I've exposed it. I fired Comey. That was a big thing when I fired Comey. I got rid of a lot of other people, too. And I was really knocking the hell out of the deep state. And then COVID came along, a gift from China. The China virus came along, and we did an incredible job in rebuilding. And by the time we handed over, we had the stock market at a higher point than it was just prior to COVID coming in, which was like a miracle what happened. And then you had all that we call them the returning Trump jobs. They all started returning. And we did a great job with that. But the deep state is something we have to fight very strong in this country.
I talk to a lot of people. People will come up to me, even independents, liberals, and say, I'm not sure I like Trump, but I love the fact that when he gets back in there, he's going to clean house.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Where do you start? Who's first?
Well,
and where do you go?
I mean, it's sort of an easy question. The first thing I'm doing is we're going to have great border security. We're going to put Tom Homan and the guys. Brandon Judd's fantastic. As you know, you've interviewed him many times, and he's great. We have great people on the border. They want to do the job. It's incredible, actually, that they want to do it so much. They cry when they see what's happening. Our country's being invaded. But we're going to strengthen up the border. We're going to drill, baby.
Sinister Goon says, perhaps the reason Trump had so many bad personnel choices is because there were so few quality people available. I agree. I do agree with that. I agree with that for sure. It's just, it has to be noted that it's got to be corrected this time around. And even if you have to reach beyond politics, then fucking do it. I mean, Trump wasn't a politician. And I think you need to have some political infrastructure, some people that have knowledge of the system. I think that's just a given. You have to have some people there that understand certain, things about the political system. But generally speaking, as long as you're getting people that just will have your back, that's all that matters at this point in time. Optics don't matter. None of that shit matters. It's people that are going to have its back.
Drill. I say it. We're going to drill. We're going to get the energy prices way, 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 way down.
You famously dropped tomahawks on Syria with President Xi at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an amazing moment. Why is Biden so afraid of China? What's going on with the Bidens and the Chinese that I heard today that Jennifer Granholm actually contacted the CCP when they were about to release oil from the SPR, and also maybe have sold some of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to a Chinese company that may have a link to Hunter Biden. What is with this?
By the way, the reserve, which I helped fill up, and now it's at the lowest point in history.
Right.
We have almost nothing. You know, that was meant for wars and military, not to reduce the gasoline prices for an election, which is what they did. And now it's almost empty. And I had it full. We were full. And I was buying it cheap, too, really cheap. And Congress was fighting me. The Democrats basically were fighting. I believe we have a compromised president. I believe he is so petrified of China because they know how much money has been given to him. And they know where it is. And I tell you, Jamie Comer's done an incredible job. Jim Jordan, they've done an incredible job. But they found, as of today, I think $32 million that went into his accounts and the various accounts of the family. That's a tremendous amount of money. And nothing was done for it. It was just a bribe. It's just a bribe, extortion and a bribe. When you see him talking about the $1 billion for the prosecutor, I'm amazed nothing was ever done. You know, you talk about quid pro quo. That was quid pro quo. But I believe that China has paid them a lot more than that. You look at University of Pennsylvania, you take a look at what's going on over there, where China pays millions and millions of dollars. The Biden Center, and I guess they pay him $1 million a year, or I think they have it $999,000 a year. That way you don't have to maybe report because it's under $1 million. But I believe we have a compromised person as president. I believe that China has paid him a fortune. I've never seen anybody.
Keckler says, I just learned that I cannot add gifted memberships because I use YouTube. Sad. You mean you can't accept them or you can't give them? I don't understand. If you can't, because if you have a brand account, you can't accept them. I don't know about gifting them, but if you have a brand account, you can't accept them. That was what a lot of people have been confused about.
Everybody's so weak on China. China's eating our lunch. They're taking over Cuba. They're taking over South America. They're taking over everything.
I don't understand why you can't give them. That's weird. That is weird. That's weird. I've never seen that one. Okay. I wasn't sure about
that.
That
happened over the last 3 years.
China and Russia. Now, all of a sudden, doing military exercises in the Aleutian Islands in Alaska.
Right, that's right.
That's very dangerous.
Unthinkable. So that we heard about that 2 days ago, would have never happened if I were president. That would have never happened. I would have called each one. I said, stop, it's not going to happen. And they would have listened to me 100%. So it's very sad. I think it's the weakest our country has ever been. And I do think we have a Manchurian candidate. This is a president who's a Manchurian candidate. This is a president who's fully compromised. He's so afraid of China. And the reason he's afraid is because I believe they paid him a tremendous amount of money. And he doesn't want people to find out about it.
President, the House has said, Marjorie Taylor Greene and others, Lauren Boebert, I believe, have said it's time to impeach Biden, impeach the president. They can't get full support of the full GOP. They can't lose 6 votes, and they don't believe they have it right now. Kevin McCarthy said, we're going to do an inquiry into impeaching President Biden. Is it time, given what we now know from Comer today, with another $20 million going into the Biden coffers and all the
I'm sorry. Impeaching Biden means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing to me. It's more window dressing. It means fucking nothing. Do you know what we should be doing? Supporting Trump. Supporting Trump and getting everybody on the same page and getting a foolproof plan in place. Impeaching Biden is nonsense and it's a fucking distraction and it means nothing. It means absolutely fucking nothing. And anybody out there talking about Biden's impeachment is wasting your time. It means nothing. The only thing that matters is how are we going to defeat him or whoever the nominee is in 2024. That's it. That's all that fucking matters. Anything else is bullshit and it's a waste of time.
Buying Corvettes and whatnot with their money, with Kazakhstan. Is it time the GOP gets behind these two who are calling for the impeachment?
Well, the reason, there are two reasons, Joey, but one of the reasons they go after me is because the Republicans are going after them. And going after them very, very powerfully. But something has to happen. I mean, it's massive theft. It's extortion. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. This is the most corrupt human being. This is the most corrupt family. For these things to be happening is not even believable. And I heard a couple of Republicans, nice people, and they said, well, we have other things to worry about. We have to do this. We have to do that. What could be more important than this? The other reason they go after me is because I'm leading in the election, because they would have done this 2.5 years ago. You know, they're very late. You don't do this in the middle of the campaign. Nobody ever thought it was possible. In fact, it's taboo. You don't do this during a campaign. They did all this stuff. And they're the ones that control Georgia, by the way. And they're the ones that control New York, the Manhattan DA. I got indicted for no crime. There's not even a crime. Everyone's talking about, even the Democrats say, don't do this. This is crazy. And the DA didn't want to do it for 2 years. All of a sudden, he got forced to do it. They put their people into the DA's office. So this is all being led by the DOJ. Fannie Willis isn't doing that. The DA's, the whole thing, the DOJ is leading so much because what they want is they want to interfere with the election. So that's one. And the other thing, if you take a look at it, they don't want to run against Donald Trump.
So let me ask you, there are two competing theories on this, right?
They don't want to run against Trump.
They have some internal polling that they think Biden has a better chance of beating Donald Trump.
It's not internal polling. Look, they don't have internal polling. They're all disinformation, misinformation.
Or is it
the only one they don't want to run against is Donald Trump. I beat Hillary Clinton.
Or do they not see that you are polling, and now you're polling above Biden? Yes. And is it maybe they just can't help themselves?
They take it and they go the opposite. They say the opposite. They don't want to run against me, so they say, we want to run against Trump. And then the stupid fake news, or not fake news, they get along with it. Oh, they really want to run against, they don't want to. If they wanted to run against me, they wouldn't have me being indicted every single day, every time my airplane flies over a blue state.
Yep.
They don't want to run against me. Remember a person named Hillary Clinton? They said the same thing. Oh, we most want to run against, it's very interesting. They made that statement. Oh, we want to run against Donald Trump. And then Bill Clinton, who's a professional, he's a pro, like him or not, he said, the one you don't want to run against is Donald Trump. And he said it very loud and clear, and it turned out that he was right. He also said I was going to win Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. He predicted this before, and
there was a report from, I want to say it was the Washington Post or some shit. I can't remember, one of these bigger publications, and or it was the New York Times. I can't remember. There's that Barack Obama actually met with Joe Biden about how serious this is and how facing Trump is a huge problem. They know exactly that like it's all meant to make people believe that they're not worried about it, when in reality they're terrified.
Told his wife, you're not doing the right thing. And just like they said that, they didn't believe it, but like they said that, now they said, oh, well, we want to really run against. DeSantis is a failed candidate. If I didn't endorse DeSantis, he wouldn't have ever won. He was he was out. Then I endorsed him, and he went up and he was able to win. He went up massively in one night after I endorsed him. But he was a failed candidate. And you know what? He's a failed candidate again. He's got no personality. He's got nothing going. And he's dropped like a rock. I don't even think he's going to be 2 number long. I mean, somebody's going to come along like maybe Tim Scott or somebody and probably take his place. And probably this stops him in 28. He could have walked into 28, maybe. You still have to campaign. You don't walk into anything. This is a tough world in politics. This is a nasty, nasty world, as we found out. Probably it's never been nastier than it is right now, because we have sick people. We have sick people in office. And again, they are a bigger problem than the outside world, because the outside world, you can, for the most part, you can cajole, reason with. They need things that we have. You can do things with them. But these people that we have, these radical fascists and Marxists that we have in our government, you can't talk to them. They're nuts. They're crazy.
President Obama visited Joe Biden a couple of weeks ago and said, be wary of Donald Trump. You guys are taking it too lightly, taking him too lightly. What are your thoughts on Obama?
Well, he's not taking it too lightly. He indicted me 3 or 4 times. I haven't checked. By the time I walk out, they'll probably indict me. Indicting, when I went to the Great Wharton School of Finance, we didn't have a course on indictments and, all of the things that go with the indictment stuff. No, he's not taking it not seriously. He's probably taking it more seriously than any candidate in history because he has the Justice Department that he said he was going to do. If you look back 2 years, he made a statement that we will stop Donald Trump. Then he goes, constitutionally. He doesn't even know what the Constitution is. The guy can't put together 2 sentences. He can't talk. Every time I watch him talk, it's almost like he's walking on eggs. You wonder, is he going to get through the sentence? We have a totally, grossly incompetent man who was incompetent 20 years ago, by the way. He was never the smartest. Ted Kennedy, you heard the story. Ted Kennedy was a friend of mine because of Palm Beach. I did him a very big favor. And I said, who was the smartest senator? He told me. I won't tell you because I don't like the guy. But I said, who's the smartest senator? He gave me a name. He said, who's your dumbest senator? This is 25 years ago. Who's your dumbest? He says, probably Joe. I said, Joe who? Joe Biden. I mean, this was never a genius 25 years ago. But now he's grossly incompetent. And the sad part and the dangerous part is that we are on the cusp of possible World War III. And this will not be army tanks shooting at each other. These are nuclear weapons, a level of weaponry that the world has never seen before. And we have a man that is incompetent. He has no idea. You take a look at what he's done. Take a look at the money standard. Take a look at all these countries that are going off the dollar. They're being forced off the dollar. I mean, Saudi Arabia he goes to Saudi Arabia and he gives the king or the crown prince, who will be the king, but probably I heard gave the king also a fist bump. What is a fist bump? A fist bump is don't shake my hand because your hands are dirty. I don't want to shake your hand. And they were very insulted by that. But Saudi Arabia now is very much in the arms of China and many countries. But you look at what's happening in South America and you look at what's happening in Cuba. So Cubans, I'm at 95% with Cuba. I don't know who the 5% are, but they want to go back and they want to see their country. They want to see their parents. They want to see their sisters and brothers. China is taking over Cuba, and nobody talks about it. The biggest shame of everything is that the fake news doesn't write about it. I don't see any stories about China building military installations in Cuba.
That's scary. Final question, Mr. President.
D-Day Cobra, my comment was not wrong. Why did you remove it? I don't know if you're watching, but I'm actually reacting to a video with 1,750 people watching. So I did not remove your comment. Now, if one of the mods removed it, I can ask as to what happened. But I personally did not walk into the comment section, physically take your comment and pull it out of the YouTube comment section. But let's get Eric K in here on the case. Eric K, was Archangel Gabriel's comment removed?
No, it wasn't. YouTube deleted it. Or
so
Google.
it was YouTube. Okay, so Archangel, YouTube, shockingly enough, I know this may be breaking news to you, but YouTube actually auto filters the comment section, and they do this all the fucking time. We talk about this all the time. And so instead of making accusations, direct accusations, just maybe, hey, my comment disappeared. Does anyone know what happened? Instead, you want to just act like I fucking removed your comment when I've clearly fucking said 1,000 fucking times on this channel that we don't do anything except remove spam. And then there's obviously exceptions to the rule, like doxing, threatening, or, gamer words that YouTube will get onto me for. So fuck off with your accusations. And next time, ask a little nicer, and maybe you'll get a nicer fucking answer. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that.
No problem.
President, Melania Trump, she was a huge part of your first, she was a great first lady.
She was very popular too.
Is she up for it? Is she ready for another 4 years as first lady?
Well, she really is. And it was very interesting. I was talking to her the other day, and she said, it's so sad what's happening to our country. She just said it just so poignantly, but really so it was sad, and yet it expressed it. She said, it's so sad what's happening. She looks at the news and you see the border. Now, actually, for the most part, the news, the fake news doesn't report it. You report it incredibly. For you, it's like one of your biggest subjects because our country is being poisoned by people that are coming in that shouldn't be here.
I just wanted to work the chat up a little bit. I don't really care what Archangel said. I thought it was stupid. He's like, why did you remove it? But I really don't care. But I like seeing the chat going crazy. So it's all good. Nothing but
you looked at it and
fun
it
and
was
games.
that, it was interest rates, it was the housing market, it was so many different things all. And she said, it's so sad what's happening to our country. No, she's 100%. And I think you've been seeing reports lately that she feels very strongly about it, not because she wants to do it. She had a very nice life before, I'll tell you. She thinks it's very important. She thinks our country is being destroyed.
Well, we thank you. The American people thank you. I thank you, Newsmax.
Thank you. And great job, great success. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you,
very
Mr.
much.
President. Thank you. All right, folks. Now,
solid interview. I like Eric. He's a good dude. Solid interview. And so what did Archangel say? It's just shit talking, man. That's all it was. Let me go back and see. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Wow, I actually wasn't mad. Chill out. I wasn't either. That's the whole point, bro. I was just giving you back what you were giving to me. And at the end of the day, we're just dudes talking shit. So if you're cool, I'm cool. We're cool. Let's continue to have fun. And I have the perfect video to unite us as people. I have the perfect video because I think we can all agree that after watching our great president of the United States of America, that this is objectively one of the funniest things in the history of the internet right here. This guy right here. This guy right here. Holy shit. If we've ever needed a video to unite all of us. Yes, I see the chat giving Archangel some love now. So that's what it's all about. So this right here is one of Mike Pence is a stupid man. He really is a stupid man. Mike Pence is a traitor to this country. Mike Pence is an anti-American traitor, a horrible person, a terrible human being in every sense of the word. He has literally no chance to win anything. And he decided this was a good idea so he could seem like one of the common folk. Hey guys, I'm just an everyday country boy going to get my gasoline in my pickup truck. Here we go.
Hey everybody, Mike Pence here. Remember $2 a gallon gas? I do.
He didn't even look. He didn't even press the grade button. He didn't put a card in. He did nothing. He did nothing. Everybody knows you don't get gas like that. Nobody does this.
Hey everybody, Mike Pence here. Remember $2 a gallon gas? I do. And then Joe Biden became president of the United States and launched his war on energy. Since that time, gasoline prices are up 60%.
You didn't select your gas. You didn't put your credit card in. You did nothing. But he's a common guy, everybody. He's here to relate to the everyday working man. Mike Pence is here to relate to all of you.
Electricity prices are up 25%. Joe Biden's war on energy is causing real harm.
As it's beeping in the background. Did you not think that the beeping in the background was a problem, Mike? Did you think maybe a take two would be a good idea in this situation? Maybe a take two. Maybe you should do that. Maybe, hey guys, my bad, I fucked up. I should probably, act like I'm putting my credit card in. Maybe we should select the grade, whatever. No.
hardship for working families, small businesses, and family farms. But we've got a plan to relieve all of that. We just unveiled the Pence Energy Plan that'll not only put our country back on a path to energy independence, but by 2040, we will reclaim America's role as the leading producer of energy in the world. Join us in the fight for American energy leadership by going to MikePence2024.com. We can lead the world once again to a more prosperous and a secure future for America with energy independence and American energy leadership.
Jesus Christ, dude. It's so bad. That is the worst thing I've ever. Holy crap. Holy crap. Mike Pence, you idiot. You idiot. This man is getting absolutely crushed online. Mike Pence, can we just call him Mike W. Bush at this point in time? He's just basically George W. Bush. That's all he is. That's all he is. We do need a palate cleanser. And so I just, I like seeing the chat go crazy. I like seeing the chat get worked up. I like seeing him, I just like seeing the chat excited. So there's no better thing to do than show you this to get the chat a little bit excited. Okay. Just for a moment, just wanted to show you this image of Trump's very intelligent, very smart, very, very qualified attorney. All right. Just wanted to show you guys that. Just so we could get the chat rolling. Legalize adulthood as the party gets started, as the chat starts picking up. Legalize adulthood drops a 20 gifted membership, which is going to make the chat go even faster. The goal of the snake pit is to make the chat go fast all the time. We want that chat to fly. We want that chat to fly. Look at that chat. We like activity here in the snake pit. We like people talking in the snake pit. We want to see that snake pit just flying 1,000,000 miles an hour. Look at that. There you go. Thank you, Legalize Adulthood. And I know we got several super chats to get to, and I will be getting to all of them. We read every super chat here on CobraCast 199. We read every super chat, even on Rumble. We got 123 people on Rumble. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Man, look at that. Look at that. Lance Johnson dropping a $5, 5 gifted subs as well. Thank you. I have not seen this video. We're going to react to this for the first time ever. I don't know if this is good or not. Is this AI? So this is AI Trump. So did Trump and Eminem, were they on like some type of show or something back in the day? I have not listened to this. Okay. This is on Twitter. I have not listened to this.
Yeah, it's your boy Big T. Shout out my boy Dom, Cat Turd, DC Drano, you already know. Peace to Melania. Shout out Junior. Feminem is done. Dear M, you used to be cool, but now you're soft. Maybe you and Tom Hanks both were on that island lost.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
I used to be a fan until you started getting white guilt. Been quiet till you diss me. Now you go hear my skill. You said people who support me usually white and broke. Did you forget your roots, M? I got your family's vote. You used to speak your mind and not care about being canceled. Now these Democrats got you out there tap dancing. At least MGK isn't scared to be himself. You and Macklemore are white, but both wish you were in pale. I got more street cred than you. They trouble me in jail. I'm rich and my wife's a supermodel. I can't fail. MAGA is a cool word, but I'm thinking about changing it to mega. Please make Eminem great again. I'm about to go martial law.
Holy shit. Whoever Dank Donald Rises says Donnie Danko. Changing it to mega. Make Eminem great again. Oh my God. Holy shit. Holy shit.
MAGA is a cool word, but I'm thinking about changing it to mega. Please make Eminem great again. I'm about to go martial law on Marshall Mathers. Eminem beating me is fake news like Dan Rather. You said I got you flustered. I bet you really love me. Maybe fix Detroit first. It's like a third world country. Trust me, I'm gonna win this battle bigly. This is huge. Every rapper used to love me till they trusted fake news. I have a lot of money, so compared to me, you're broke. Eminem and M&M's the candy both went woke. You're a Hollywood sellout, probably owned by China. Add a color to the gay flag for Feminem's vagina. I don't want to hear another word. Big T out, top G.
Holy shit. And apparently this is the guy that made it right here. So High Res the rapper, in the reply, it says, Eminem still to go. Absolutely. Holy shit. Who did this? He says, me, LOL. So this guy right here gets credit for it, apparently. And this is the original post. So shout out. That was awesome. That was awesome. Holy crap. That was a banger. Yeah, I agree with you, Zachary. I used to love Eminem. I used to think Eminem was awesome. I used to think he was. I mean, it's not that I thought it. Like, we all loved Eminem. Eminem was incredible back in the day. I've been a fan of Eminem all the way up until he dissed Trump. I mean, he had some albums that weren't as great, but I mean, I even like some of his lesser ones. I enjoyed a lot of those albums too. I've been a fan of Eminem until he decided to, not only did he go after Trump, he drew a line in the sand and said, if you support Trump, do not support me. Fuck you. That's what he said. And do you know what happened? He lost a shit ton of support. And he backpedaled. He definitely backpedaled. He didn't back off, but he backpedaled because it hurt him significantly. And that day, like, I lost all respect for Eminem as a rapper, as a human being, as whatever you want to call it. Like, done. You are dead to me because I will take Trump over you all day, every day. That's just how it is. But yeah, play it again. You may play it again. I'll play it again.
Yeah, it's your boy Big T. Shout out my boy Dom, Cat Turd, DC Drano, you already know. Peace to Melania. Shout out Junior. Feminem is done. Dear M, you used to be cool, but now you're soft. Maybe you and Tom Hanks both were on that island lost. I used to be a fan until you started getting white guilt. Been quiet till you dissed me. Now you go hear my skill. You said people who support me usually white and broke. Did you forget your roots, M? I got your family's vote. You used to speak your mind and not care about being canceled. Now these Democrats got you out there tap dancing. At least MGK isn't scared to be himself. You and Macklemore white, but both wish you were in pale. I got more street cred than you. They trouble me in jail. I'm rich and my wife's a supermodel. I can't fail. MAGA is a cool word, but I'm thinking about changing it to mega. Please make Eminem great again. I'm about to go martial law on Marshall Mathers. Eminem beating me is fake news like Dan Rather. You said I got you flustered. I bet you really love me. Maybe fix Detroit first. It's like a third world country. Trust me, I'm gonna win this battle bigly. This is huge. Every rapper used to love me till they trusted fake news. I have a lot of money, so compared to me, you're broke. Eminem and M&M's the candy both went woke. You're a Hollywood sellout, probably owned by China. Add a color to the gay flag for Feminem's vagina. I don't want to hear another word. Big T out, top G.
That is so good. That is so damn good. Oh my goodness. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, let me catch up on some super chats. I appreciate you guys being here. Jay's Greasy Wiggler loved the thumbnail. Hey, apparently everybody did. General Duality, the real slim baby. Hail Jeremy. Lay off if Jeremy wants to wear Steph's hoodie. He can. Salty Source. What's up, Salty Source? Too flustered because he's not on Valium or any of the pills he raps about. How pathetic to tell people they are too stupid when Trump creates jobs. Yes, back to Eminem's comments. They were horrendous, but he's an idiot. Bald celebrities back never actually provide a rebuttal. They never back down on their perspective. It's just manipulative BS to make it seem cool to hate 45. 100%. David Phillips, that dude is a plain Eminem. He got no nuts. 100% on that one. Agreed. The state of our country scares the crap out of me. I don't see this next election going well. And if it doesn't, what then? Much love. Yeah, I mean, I've been around and I've been paying attention to politics for most of my adult life. And I try not to speak in hyperbole too much when I'm being, obviously when I'm being funny or whatever, but when I'm being as level-headed as possible, I don't like to speak in hyperbole too much, but like, I've never felt that an election was as important as this one is right now at this point in time, when you're seeing all of the stuff going on with identity politics, with the transgender stuff, with what's happened to our military, with the feminization of America, with men pretending to be women, with anti-male sentiments out there, with anti-white sentiments out there. It is a very scary time. And so this to me is ground zero. This election, it's massive. It's massive, and you can't really understate it. Maticus Finch says, definitely don't Google Eminem and Rachel Chandler, and don't research that girl and him and how they connect. Don't look at the image tab either. I'm not familiar with that. So don't do that, chat. Definitely don't do that. Coalee, I guess I'm brainwashed. F in the chat, I suppose. Damn right you are. I am too. We all are. Corn Pop, imagine a world where the algorithm says you said something, then the DOJ shows up and kills you. Yeah. I want to look further into this. What's up, Corn Pop, by the way? I want to look further into this story, but on the surface, it sounds terrible. Simplistic becomes a new member. Thank you. Trump's first 3-time elected president in years. Joe C, Google Rachel Ray Chandler and Eminem. There's a reason why he's part of the Won't Acknowledge Cry for Freedom Club. Cheers, CobraCast. I'm going to have to look into that. Magnum Norse, they don't want to get prosecuted for crimes against Americans. Magnum Norse been dropping bombs all night. Magnum Norse, shout out. Mikey likes it for the 199. NK Shellman says, did you hear about Michigan State troopers busting Biden's ballot printer? Go Burr. People he was funding. Benny Johnson did a video on it. I heard about the story. I haven't dug that far into it, but I did hear about it. Nick Brown says, MC Trump, dear Eminem, try to understand. I do want you as a fan, but your TDS gets you flustered like putting ketchup on hot dog, no mustard. Yeah, dude, like Eminem has become Stan. Like his response to Trump, he's so mad Trump wouldn't acknowledge him. Eminem has literally become Stan. Literally. That's crazy. That is crazy. Reverend, can you bless this chat? Jeremy Osteen cannot bless the chat because Jeremy Osteen has not seen any MAGA red tonight. So until Jeremy Osteen sees MAGA red tonight, no WAMins will be happening. Sorry, Batgoat. Those are the rules. I don't make them. Jeremy Osteen is not happy. I'm just telling you. Bexy, same here. It's sad that you kind of have to wait on stories because everything is a lie these days. Never take their word. Yeah, I mean, when I first saw that story, I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And the more I looked at it, I'm like, okay, let me not overreact to this because I've seen overreactions on the left from stuff like this a lot. And I think that a lot of those stories, they want you to react emotionally. And so I just want to look further into it. That's all. I just want to look further into it. Let me see. Yeah, we got that Magnum Norris from earlier. Thank you. Gorgeous Mayhem says, Alina Habba's Hooters are unstoppable. They are pretty nice. It's the libertarians with worse TDS than the left. I don't know that they're worse, but it isn't great. Coley says, as I work with the TVs in my hotel, every time the news channels scroll through, it was all Trump indictment, Trump fake news, Trump living rent-free. He does live rent-free for sure with them. Trump 2024 says America the free information adjustment. 100% agree. The problem is the idiots that will still refuse to vote for him. My lifelong rep, bro-in-law, voted for Trump just because he didn't like, he voted for Biden just because he didn't like Trump's personality. We don't talk much anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's sad reality. It is. It's a sad reality. Mikey Likes it, says Russia, China, Trump outstanding. Keck Lord says, just learned. Yeah, I don't understand this one. So I've never seen where you can't gift. I've seen where accounts can't accept them, but I haven't seen where you have an account that won't allow you to gift memberships. That's a new one for me, Keck Lord. But I'm sorry to hear that, bro. But no, regardless, man, I appreciate you as always. You've always been a big supporter of what we do here, and greatly appreciated, man. Toxic Bigot says, Kofefe, 2024, make America 199. Ruthie in the house. What's up, Ruthie? Let's see. Impeachment means, there's Archangel again. Impeachment means nothing at Congress level. If Senate approves of impeachment, he gets removed. Since it's rigged, of course, Dems hold Senate this time. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's because of the whole, what? So we're going to say Joe Biden's an impeached president. It doesn't change the fact that he's still going to be in power. He's still going to be in office. And right now, at this state in the game, impeachment is a distraction. It means nothing because nothing's going to come of it. Nothing is going to come of it, unfortunately. I hope Archangel is still here. Is Archangel still here? Let me know. Toxic Bigot says, hey, Jeremy, I would like YouTube to erase all my debt because Biden can't. Thank you. Thank you. Special Officer Doofy, Jeremy, can you play Donald Trump raps Mac Miller's Donald Trump? You guys want to look that up for me and see? See if we can look at that. I got a community guideline strike. So some things I'll react. I got to be very careful about that, obviously. Let me see. Yay, Archangel is here. All right, cool. I see you, Archangel. Good stuff. Did you hear Pence security advisor say he's disappointed in Pence and still supports Trump? I didn't hear about that, but I'm glad to hear that. Pence loves gas, all gas. He's a big fan of gas. 1 year in the D-Day Cobra Snake Pit. Proud to be here with the chat and Jeremy. The conversations here are the best. Hey, I appreciate it. You guys are freaking awesome, and it's really an honor. It really is an honor. Stacey S. Tom McDonald has a new song coming out this Friday. Pay attention. Missouri is present. Hail Snake Pit and the 199. Holy shit. On Rumble, and I'm showing the Rumble screen right now. Look at this bad boy. Look at this bad boy on Rumble. $100 super chat on Rumble. AP from the Hills with $100 Rumble rant. Whoo-hoo! $100. Show the. Oh no, I didn't read it yet. Fuck. Show them brief feet. Let the feet war begin. 199 MAGA lives forever. I didn't read it. Oh no, I didn't know what it was. I really don't want to get that started again. But the chat definitely runs things. Oh my God. Jed, are you here? Are you here?
I'm here.
Okay. Well,
do you want me to start counting?
I mean, it's $100 super chat. I can't ignore $100 super chat.
True.
It's $100. And he did it on Rumble, which I get a bigger cut on Rumble. Fuck. Oh, no. Here we go.
This is not okay. It's just not.
I got people threatening to unsub and everything. We still got time. We got a long show to go. I'm going to react to some more videos. And Darius. Well, Darius is battling now. All right, have fun with that one, Jed.
I got you.
I'll come back to you. Jed will be counting. So there we go. I love you guys so much. The whole point of CobraCast is to make this show fun. We also want to talk about serious topics. But we want it to be fun and we want to have audience engagement and everything like that. I love what we have here at CobraCast. I love it. I love that I can talk about anything. I love that I can talk to you about Trump, but I can also talk about entertainment. I could talk about random stuff. We can react to whatever. We can talk about video games. We can talk about Brie Larson's stupid, ugly ass feet. I just love the randomness of the show, and it's great. It's great. So I appreciate you guys for allowing me the opportunity to do this. It is Alec Baldwin's finger's already out. He's like, fuck y'all, I'm done. Alec Baldwin's finger's like, I got my new truck, I'm done. He's like, I'm done, I'm out. Y'all ran Alec Baldwin's finger out of here. He said he ain't going to help no more. And you know what? Big shout out. This is what I love. Okay. Archangel said something to me. I said something back. Now all is good. That's how it should be. Men talk shit. Men say sarcastic stuff. Men respond sarcastically, and then men shake hands and deal with it. That's it, man. That's what it's all about. Give a round of applause to Archangel Gabriel in the chat, everybody. That's what it's all about. Hell yes. I see you guys just dropping more super chats. What's up, Miss Jamie? Dr. Rachel says no feet. Y'all got Alec Baldwin mad. Ward Smith says, I'm at my son's school. If feet get shown, I may get banned. No. Jesus Christ. What is happening right now? See, we just had a good old show. We were talking Trump. We had great. Yeah, everything was good. I did go on my little rant right there. We got everybody talking. And now here we are. Back goat. Darius is my bro. No feet. Sierra Tan dropping a 20 for no feet. God damn it. I did. Now I have not reacted to the Tim Ballard Trump interview. Do you guys want me? Do you want me to watch the Tim Ballard, who is obviously the person that is Sound of Freedom is centered around? Do you want me to react to the Tim Ballard Trump interview? I'm just going to drop a poll that says yes or no. Tim Ballard interview, yes or no, in the chat. Yes or no, right there. I didn't even put like a headline on it. Jeremy is hiding feet votes with pizza boxes. Mikey likes it. You actually says Mikey licks it on that one. Rock and Rumble, good old show, jolly good time, no feet. That's a lot of yeses right there. It's a 24-minute interview. I don't know, like it's got 1 million views. But I haven't watched it yet. Darius H. We need new heroes. Will it be you? Looking at you, chat. Oh my God. What are we saying yes to? Tim Ballard interview with Donald Trump. Yes or no? Do you want me to react to it? Just let me know. And then we do have Beer to Shame tonight. Hailstorm, are you working on Beer to Shame? Do you need me to put a poll in the chat to see who the chat wants? We're not going to end on 2 hours tonight. We're probably going to go over 2 hours. So what do you think, Hailstorm? Do you want to do that, or have you already been working on one? Hailstorm's not answering me. So he's dead. Hailstorm's dead. All right. Tim Ballard interview. Let's do it. Let's see what this is all about right here.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tim Ballard Podcast, rolling into episode 4. So stick with us as we enter to this episode. Now, this is a special episode. I had the opportunity to interview a president of the United States, a former president.
Hailstorm, you're unmuted now. Are you back?
Okay. Yeah. I kept saying I didn't realize I was muted. Okay. Yeah, I can pivot, but do a poll. I was working on one, but
Okay. All right. I see somebody in the chat said skip the first few minutes. So, all right, I did. I skipped. So it's going to be shorter than we thought. So do a poll.
Yeah, run a poll.
Run a poll. So who are our options? I mean, Pence. I think Pence would be funny, just because you could do something. So Beard. Let me see. Beard.
So Pence and Eminem have both won already.
Yeah, they have. Beard of shame. So you got Pence. We could add Big Mike just for the hell of it and make that one fun. Big Mike, or who? What we got? Chat. What is the chat saying? I'm waiting for. Why Ben Shapiro? I'll just leave those three: Pence, Eminem, and Big Mike. There we go. So you guys vote. You tell us what you want to hear, and then we'll go from there. Here we go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode of the Tim Ballard Podcast. Here we are at one of the top golf club in the nation at Bedminster, here with the 45th President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump.
Thank
Mr.
you
President,
very much.
thank you.
Well, thank you
for being our guest.
We just saw a great movie and unbelievable. And Jim, you were really incredible.
Thank you.
And you in real life were really incredible. So I want to thank you on behalf of a lot of people. Fantastic job.
Thank you. What was your favorite scene of the film?
I think the start, the ending, and maybe the result was what I liked. That was a great result. That was a hard-earned result, though. The two young children, you have thousands and hundreds of thousands out there. It's so sad to see.
Yeah.
But it was really something very special. It's been a great success, the movie, and now I see why.
Well, thank you so much. There's a scene in the film that at the southern.
And just so you know, if you have not seen Sound of Freedom, it is still in theaters. It's still crushing it. We here at CobraCast, we raised $1,500 that we donated to the film so that then you could get more people to go see it. So we actually sent like 100 and something people to go see the movie that maybe didn't have the money or whatever. Fantastic film. One of the most important films you'll ever see. Not an easy movie to watch at all. Not an easy movie, a very difficult movie. So it's not going to be like you're going to go and have fun and you're going to walk away laughing and all of that. It is really, really, really a tough movie to watch, but a necessary movie for a lot of people to see.
Border at the port of entry.
Yeah.
They filmed that scene when the van comes across. We get the little boy out of there. That's a very true story. They filmed on location at the Calexico, California East Port of Entry. And when they filmed this, we weren't struggling as we are today. It's almost like God waited for the right time to drop this because the whole film kicks off with kids being trafficked into the United States. What's your perspective on the border now and where it was during your administration?
So as you know, the border was very successful, relatively speaking, at least. It was the most successful it's ever been. It's incredibly bad right now. It's worse. You can magnify it times 10 or 12 times, they say. It's so sad to see what's happened. And that includes trafficking. It includes drugs. It includes everything. People coming in from all over the world. They're pouring into our country. They're coming from prisons. They're coming from mental institutions. They're terrorists. We have a terrible group of people running our country, and it's never been like this. The border's never been worse. You guys would understand that as well as I would. The border's never been more open. And when you have open borders like that, you have trafficking at a level that you've never seen before. So much different than when you and I previously met. And very sad to see it's gone so bad. We'll turn it around, but it's really very terrible to see.
So when you were in charge of the border, I remember them saying that your policies were both racist, no compassion from President Trump on these foreign children. And I look today and I'm in awe because the only compassionate policy is enforcement.
Yeah.
These children, Jim, what you were telling me, you saw the testimony of Miss Rodas, right, from
Yes.
Health and Human Services.
April 26th.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, she gave her testimony.
Whistleblower, right?
Oh, yeah. And, she submitted evidence as well. And the next day in the media, it wasn't even covered. It never happened. I think the media is responsible as well as ignoring the south border. We don't have a country without a border.
Yeah.
Yes.
85,000, Mr. President, 85,000 unaccompanied minors during the Joe Biden administration showed up and were released into the belly of the United States, which is the number one consumer of child exploitation material in the world. No background checks. The kids are released to whoever. It's more difficult to adopt a cat from a shelter than it is to go get a kid out of Health and Human Services. How do we fix this when you're back in?
Well, you need the policy, number one. You have to close up the borders, and we let people in when they go through a legal process. And we had that working really well. If they would have done nothing, the borders were just getting stronger and stronger. And from a human trafficking standpoint, and we find mostly women, but children very big also. But it's women and children. Nobody's seen I think I can say this, that nobody's ever seen it like it is today. And 3 years ago, we had it down to a level that they hadn't seen for many, many decades. It was the lowest it's been, I think, in recorded history. And now it's probably the worst it's ever been. Nobody's ever seen anything like what's happening in our country and to our country right now.
Now, you had implemented a policy known in the media as Remain in Mexico.
Yeah.
I think within the first week of Biden coming in, he abolished Remain in Mexico. What was that, and what were the effects of Joe Biden?
Well, we had a lot of things, Tim. We had walls that were going up at a level that were really rapidly going. We took about 2 years to go through all the courts. We had 11 major court cases. I won all of those cases, and we started building the wall. That delayed it. We started building the wall. We actually took the military at it. The military gave us the money at my demand, I guess you'd have to say, at my demand. And because I considered it like an invasion, I call this an invasion of our country, and very bad for the people coming in, very bad for just about everybody. So we built hundreds of miles of wall. We renovated a lot too. And we did a real job. And then we had another 200 miles that we were going to build, which is far more than I anticipated building. But we had areas that were weak, and we built the wall for it. And all they had to do was install it. Could have been done in about 3 weeks. And they didn't want to do that. They want to have open borders, and open borders are very dangerous. And as Jim said, when you have open borders and bad elections and a lot of other things, but when you have open borders, you just don't have a country. And that's what we have right now.
I never understood.
It's sad. It's sad that not only is Biden, but it's sad how many people haven't acknowledged this film. People that cover movies for a living won't talk about Sound of Freedom. A movie that was made for a $14 million budget and has made, I think, right at $170 million domestically. It's getting now more international releases. It's clearly going to hit over $200 million worldwide, and who knows where it's going to be. It could end up getting $200 million domestically when it's all said and done, which would be absolutely insane. But yeah, there's people like John Campea who cover movies for a living, and he doesn't want to even acknowledge the existence of this film. Grace Randolph doesn't want to acknowledge it. And other people, Chris Stuckman, one of the biggest movie reviewers on the fucking platform, he doesn't want to acknowledge it. It's sick, but it says a lot about them.
Good. How the wall got politicized. I spent 10 years on that board, as you saw in the film.
Right.
And the Clinton administration built as much of the wall as anyone else had, because we all understood. There was a time when we understood that walls meant security equaled children get rescued. It's their last hope that they might get rescued by trained individuals who the traffickers are forced to take them to that port of entry. And it's so sad that they've politicized this. Why do you think? It's obvious. I've testified before Congress. I testified before then Senator Kamala Harris, who's now the border czar. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they can claim ignorance. They know what's happening. These children are being abused and brought in. Why do they want open borders? What do they get out of this?
Well, nobody can understand that because it's so obvious. I always was saying when I was campaigning in 2016 and in 2020, two things that work: wheels and walls. They'll never change. You can wheel and a wall. They can be ancient. It doesn't matter. They'll have new forms of computer every week. You know, you come up with a great computer system and it's obsolete in about 2 weeks, but wheels and walls. And they know the walls work, and they have worked. And if we didn't have the walls, we wouldn't have had the record-setting success that we had. I guess there's only one reason, you know, you say, what could it be? Why would they want to have open borders? Why would they not want to complete everything? And maybe they hate our country. Maybe they have ideas for the country that are a lot different than what they should be. But what they've done on the southern border and the borders generally coming into our country, it's not acceptable. And the people of our country aren't going to allow it.
It's an amazing thing. And I can tell you this, I love the story of Sound of Freedom because you see real children from Central America. And I can tell you this, that with your policies and enforcement, the traffickers were de-incentivized from taking children like Miguel and Rocio, because why take them if they have to remain in Mexico? Yeah. Why take them if the walls pose too big of a risk for them to get the kids in? So your policies, and the world needs to understand this, rescued, in my professional opinion, and mine is a professional one, hundreds of thousands or more children were rescued from a life of being kidnapped, trafficked, raped. And it's that simple, that policies really can save children. And it's devastating to see what's happening. Another way I think that you saved a lot of children that people don't talk about is because we're seeing the results now of what you did. You put 3 people on the bench. Mm-hmm. Tell me about those 3 and why you chose them.
Well, we have 3 great Supreme Court justices, and they have made tremendous decisions over the last period of time, especially over the last 2 weeks, actually, and having to do not just with what we talk about, but education. As you know, now the most qualified people get into the colleges. It's very discriminatory the other way. It's actually the opposite of what people.
You guys are cracking me up, man. Warren Smith just walks in the door with $199 super chat and says, no feet. Whew. There we go. Warren Smith.
People had originally thought, but now if you get the great marks and the great scores and everything else, you get into the college. You're not left behind for somebody else that doesn't have the same talent or work or whatever it may be. So that was a big decision, but we have had a lot of decisions over the last 2 months that have been amazing, including having to do with religious liberty, which I know affects you too very much. But the border itself is got to be it's got to be strengthened. We're losing our country. I think you'll have maybe close to 15 million people over the last 2 years, 15 million. I think that's the real number. You know, they say 2 million and 3 million and 4 million. I think it's going to be close to 15 million people having poured into our country. We have no idea where they come from.
Between the overturning of Hobbs, of Roe versus Wade and the Hobbs decision, which wouldn't have happened without your appointments, and with the border enforcement, which is we know has rescued countless children. I mean, how does it feel to have gone in and in 4 short years really rescued what could be millions of children? How does that feel? And the other question, how does it feel to have been indicted unfairly twice, maybe a third time?
Could be fourth.
Probably for doing these things.
The fact that this interview was done like a week ago, and this was before the 3rd indictment, and probably going to have a 4th indictment before we do another CobraCast, just shows you the nonsensical fucking world that we are living in right now and how abused the system is with the Joe Biden administration and the Joe Biden DOJ. Holy crap. That just speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. This is disgusting.
Right? I mean, I don't know why else they're doing it.
It could be that. I mean, it could be a lot of things. It's look, we believe in borders. We believe in all of the things we've been discussing tonight, and it's for a lot of reasons. But the people of the country get it, and we're leading by so much. I mean, I've never had popularity like.
Hey, Buck. Hey, Buck. If the crimes were in fact crimes, why didn't they indict Trump as soon as he was out of office? If they were so serious, Buck, if this is such a crucial situation, Buck, why the fuck was he not indicted as soon as he walked out of office years ago. Can you explain that to me, Buck? Because it has nothing to do with crime. It has everything to do with stopping him from running and winning the presidency of the United States of America. Buck, that's what it means. So stop watching MSNBC, or maybe keep watching it. I don't know. Maybe you're going to identify as something different tomorrow. I have no idea. And I'm sure you sit when you pee, but ultimately, you're an idiot if you believe Donald Trump did anything wrong.
Like this, because there's just a large group of people, far greater than 50%. I can tell you that, and you people know that better than anybody. When you see what they've done in a short period of time to Budweiser, that tells you a little bit about some of the people that we're talking about, perhaps, what they did, and probably one of the worst abuses of a company that anyone's ever seen. That had to be the dumbest commercial ever made, but I think they lost hundreds of billions of dollars of value. It's the craziest thing. And the person that did it is going around now complaining about they didn't treat her well. They didn't treat her well, or him well, or her well. I'm not sure exactly how to define it. And it's incredible. No, there's a great group of people in this country, a vast, vast majority that understand what you're about, understand what you did is so great. And that's why your movie is such a big success. It's an incredible movie. It's really, I mean, everything's entertainment. This is much more than entertainment. This is knowledge that can lead to something very important, because it is bad out there. It's nasty out there. When you think, I'm watching some of those scenes in the movie, and I don't know, I probably, you would know better than anybody. Do they capture them? Is it actually worse in real life? Or is it actually better in real life? It's probably as bad as it looks. It's probably even worse.
It's as bad or worse, I can promise that. Everything you see happen to those kids in that movie happened to those kids that they depict in that movie. So do you think these indictments have hurt you at all? Because it seems like every time it happens, your numbers go up.
Well, they're fake, and people understand that. We have
LPJ says, yeah, Jeremy's going to change everything. Well, I never said I was going to change anything, but I do believe that if enough individual voices come together and start speaking up and start talking about what's going on, it really bothers people like you, which is why you're in my comment section right now crying about the fact that people are supporting me. So clearly the fact that I have enough support bothers you, because if I was live streaming right now with 5 people watching me and nobody in my comment section, you wouldn't be in my comment section saying anything. So you're the one that's showing that you're upset that anyone is listening to anything I have to say. So by that, you're already admitting that you're a fucking moron and that you're wrong. So thank you for proving yourself wrong by being a fucking moron.
We've done a great job. And a lot of it is, as you say, we've done things that they don't want. Is a radical.
But it's saving kids, what you've done. That's what I don't understand.
We've done that, but we've done a lot of other things and having to do many things. Some people don't like to see that. It's hard to believe, which means probably they just don't want to see our country be great again. We have a very simple phrase, make America great again, or even America first, and numerous phrases. They're all boil down to the same thing, but it really is, it's pretty amazing when you see what's happening in our country right now. Our country's going to hell, and we have to stop it. They have a lot of bad ideas going, not only on the border, not only in terms of trafficking, which is a big deal, but in just about every other thing they're doing. Their ideas are bad. Their policy is bad.
I want to bring in a special guest as we close out here, because we have a unique opportunity. I think we might have in this room right now the next president of the United States and the next president of Mexico. It might be in this room. Eduardo Verástegui, who's also the producer of Sound of Freedom, is contemplating a run. Come up here, hermano. I want to know.
Hermano.
I want to know what you two.
That's awesome.
If you in 2024, if you both win this, assuming you make the decision to run and win, what will you do for America and Mexico? We've talked a lot about the board. There's a lot of issues we share in common. What would you do? And what would you do? And what would you want to work with President Trump?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Mr. President, for opening the door of your house to stream the movie Sound of Freedom.
Thank you.
We're very grateful to you. We're very grateful for everything you have done for life. You are the most amazing leader around the world, leading by example, defending life, human life.
Thank you.
I'm not a politician. I'm an outsider, but you inspire me to at least think about running for president. I'm still thinking about it. I'm praying about it. I'm asking the people of Mexico to pray for me. I'm fasting and praying because I want to do God's will. But if the answer is yes, you will know very soon. But if the answer is yes, together we're stronger.
Mhm.
We are not just neighbors, we're brothers and sisters. When the good people of Mexico and the good people of America meet, Sound of Freedom happens. We save lives. When the bad people of Mexico and the bad people of America meet, child trafficking happens. Drugs, cartels, cancer.
This is awesome.
Death. The culture of death. We represent the culture of life. Together, we can win. Let's make America and Mexico great together. Let's make America and Mexico free again.
And Eduardo, for the last question, I want to let you ask, hypothetically, if you were president right now and you're looking at the president-elect in 2024, what's the question you would ask President Trump, your neighbor president?
How can we end child trafficking and how can we end drugs? Because there's a demand, there's a supply. How can we kill the demand and the supply together?
So we make up the southern border. And when we close that southern border, that's the number one place in terms of drugs and in terms of child trafficking. And if we work together with Mexico, as I've been working with Mexico, I worked with Mexico, but now there's no real relationship to what's happening with trafficking or drugs. But if we work together, we'll create a border that will make it very, very difficult for anybody in terms of trafficking, drugs, people coming in that maybe shouldn't be there. Many people come across and they think it's going to be wonderful, and good people, and they die trying to come across. It's a horrible thing that's happening. So we'd work with Mexico and really create a real border. And that would do a lot for trafficking and a lot for stopping the drugs.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
We're honored to be here. Thank you for opening your home again. And we hope together we can make a better world. So thank you so much. And thank you. And we'll be back next time with the Tim Ballard podcast. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Great job.
That's awesome, man. I wasn't expecting that at the end. So I didn't even know that happened in the end, but that was super cool, man. That was super awesome. I had no idea that was happening. So that was great. And I mean, that could be huge. Like that could be huge. Something like that happening. By the way, I got to give a shout out to this comment because I can't highlight it on StreamYards because it doesn't show the same way. So I'm going to show it right here. This comment right here from Trump is getting elected for the third time. Look at this. Look at that, dude. That is amazing. Dropping the 199. Come on, bro. That is amazing. Shout out to you. When I highlight it in StreamYards, it comes out differently. So there's no point in me showing. I mean, I can show you what it will look like, but it's not going to show. See, that's what it looks like in StreamYard. So there's no point in that. But that is badass. So thank you for doing that, man. That's super cool. Copy, paste it, drop it everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. But that's super cool. That is super cool. Yeah, so Stacy S dropped that $50 super chat, and I guess that's what got that one dude all worked up. But content creators will go down in history. 2023, 2024 are the two most important years of time. Keep speaking up, America. 100%. And yeah, to the person that said that like sarcastically, like, oh yeah, Jeremy's gonna make a difference. I'm not gonna make a difference. Donald Trump's gonna make a fucking difference. And that's probably what you're worried about. It's Donald Trump. It's not about me. It's about Donald Trump. And I'm fine being just one of the many, many pieces to the puzzle. But it's Donald Trump that will make the difference. And that's why they are so damn focused on getting rid of him. And but individual people do make a difference. And I mean, look what they did to Alex Jones. Look what they did to Alex Jones. Look what they've done to so many people. Look what they've done to, like, again, I know a lot of people are really divisive on Andrew Tate. And time will tell. Time will tell as to what if Andrew Tate's guilty or not. But ultimately, until I see something that shows me the evidence, then I just look at how he was treated by big tech. I mean, big tech doesn't actually get rid of the bad people. They just don't. Andrew Tate was not found guilty of anything when big tech got rid of him. That's always a red flag for me. Big tech doesn't get rid of the bad people. They just don't until they're forced to get rid of the bad people. So when I saw big tech get rid of him before I even knew anything about the guy, that was a big red flag for me. It was a big red flag for me. But regardless of that, individual people make a difference. And together, when individual people come together, it's unstoppable. It's truly unstoppable. But you know, we'll have to see. Silent Running, what's up, Silent Running? Thank you, man. Alec Baldwin's finger just dropped a 50 bomb. A 50 bomb. Oh my goodness. Look at all those gifted memberships. Nate says content creators are important. We're in a race between the Great Reset and the Great Awakening. When the people fully understand the enemy, we will crush it lawfully. Yeah, I mean, like, mainstream media is dying and it's almost dead. The reason I am living proof that if you're out there and you're looking to make content, if you actually want to create a YouTube channel, you can do it. I'm proof of that. I was just a viewer several years ago, and I was a viewer of entertainment stuff, video games, movies, all of that. I just watched a lot of different YouTube channels, and I was blown away by them. For those of you that have followed me for a while, you've heard me talk about this story 1,000 times, but it's important to kind of reiterate this story as new people find the channel or whatever. But I was just a person that watched YouTube, and I was fine with that. I enjoyed what I watched. I enjoyed watching Collider. I enjoyed watching movie reviews and video game channels and all of that. And then Trump happened. And something started to change in the industry that I was interested in, the industry that I followed. Something changed. And the people that I followed suddenly started to draw lines in the sand of, hey, if you are a Trump supporter, you're a terrible person. And I'm like, well, hold the fuck up. I'm a Trump supporter and I watch your channel. How dare you draw a line in the sand on what my politics are? That's not what has ever happened before. We've never seen those lines drawn. And it made no sense to me. Like, wait a minute, what? And then the rhetoric continued to get worse and worse and worse. And you would see it got bleeding into movies, and The Last Jedi happened, and Ghostbusters 2016, and all these other movies started happening. And those same people that were drawing that line in the sand of, if you're a Trump supporter, you're a terrible, racist, horrible human being. Suddenly those people were then calling everybody that didn't like these movies racist and sexist. And I'm like, well, this is fucking retarded. And so now, fast forward all of these years later, and this is not a brag, it's just a fact that I am bigger than almost all of those people that I used to follow now. I have a bigger following than almost all the people that I used to follow. Not all of them, but almost all of them. But some of my friends are even bigger than they are. Gary from Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Mauler, all these guys are bigger than any of those guys I used to follow. And that's the power of the people, man. You can do it. You can do it. And so, content creators are killing the mainstream. They're destroying the mainstream. That is just a fact. It's happening in real time, and the mainstream can do nothing about it. They can't understand it. They can't wrap their heads around it. It is happening in real time. My world, the movie, video game world, we have surpassed the mainstream. We have surpassed the shill media. That is a fact. Friday Night Tights, massive. It's bigger than anything that the mainstream's got. It just is. IGN can't pull 15,000 people live on a Friday night. Can they? No. GameSpot can't do it. Collider can't do it. John Campea can't do it. Schmoes No can't do it. The old guard can't do it. And I've been saying this for a while. Gary is the Joe Rogan of the nerd geek world. He just is. and he's going to continue to be that guy. He's crushing it. He's the standard. He's the Pied Piper. He's the guy. And nobody's going to touch him. And he's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Critical Drinker is on another fucking level. And these guys are my friends. These guys are people I know, and they're awesome people. And it has shifted the entertainment world, the movies world. I want to break more into the gaming side of things personally. For me, I want to get more to the gaming side of things because I'm really passionate about gaming. Obviously, I've been following the movie stuff, and I've tackled Star Wars and Marvel and DC and all of that. I feel that Geeks and Gamers is going to be shifting more towards the gaming stuff, and Geeks and Gamers can do it all. They could do it all, but the gaming stuff is important to me now. And so, it's crazy, but it's real. If you are an individual and you have a voice and you want to share that voice, you're never going to know if it's possible unless you go out there and do it. And just to be clear, everybody ain't going to make it. That's just reality. That's just life. But some will. But the only people that will never make it are the people that don't even try. So if you're interested in it, and if you're passionate about it, and if you're willing to learn, and if you're willing to overcome obstacles and understand that nothing's going to be handed to you, then go out there and give it a shot. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Go out there and give it a fucking shot. So, Total Chaos just dropped $100 super chat. Total Chaos, totally off topic as usual. But did you see Benny Johnson's video regarding new footage of the legendary Air Tiffany Gomez? I did see that video. When I got the notification, I clicked on it. No bullshit. I was like, wait, they found her? Yeah, it was pretty funny. So yes, I did see that. Shout out to Benny. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to go into details. Benny Johnson just connected me with someone that could massively shift what we're going to do with Geeks and Gamers. We'll see. It could be a huge deal for us. All I know is they pay attention to our chats. They pay attention to our live streams. They pay attention to our videos, and everybody is blown away by the enthusiasm from the audience. The enthusiasm. They're blown away by it. So Benny connected me with someone pretty fucking awesome. And it's more in my world than Benny's world, but it's kind of a bridge to that gap, and made contact yesterday. And so we'll talk and we'll kind of see where it goes. But I appreciate all of you guys for making Geeks and Gamers, making D-Day Cobra, making CobraCast look good, because the audience enthusiasm is the thing that drives this. It really is. So I appreciate it. It's not bragging if you can do it. Well, I appreciate that. It's is it Frosk? No, it's not Frosk. You guys want to know if the person I'm talking about is Team Briefy? Good Lord. Good Lord. I appreciate you, Alec Baldwin's finger. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, man. All right, we got a lot to catch up on. We got a lot of super chats to catch up on. I saw that Mikey Licks It over on Rumble became a monthly supporter. Reignited Republic says, what is the deal with people on G&G disrespecting me? Jay the other night didn't have a sense of humor about what I said and thought I was serious. I was just talking shit and having a good time. If I didn't care about you and what you're doing, I wouldn't waste my money. Well, I can't speak directly about what happened. I can say that I, along with many others, I've been guilty of misreading comments and sometimes thinking it was meant to be a shot at me when it was sarcasm, and vice versa. It will happen again, and it will happen often. Because when you are as interactive with your audience as we are, and we try to be as interactive with our audience as possible, sometimes you're going to misread things. Sometimes you're going to slip up and say things. That's just reality of it. And that's human nature. Even if you're in person, sometimes you have communication breakdowns. But we try to be as interactive as we can. And when you are interactive, you're going to have some slip ups along the way. So I don't know specifically what happened, but yeah, sarcasm and jokes is always a tough kind of balancing act, especially on the internet, especially. Rodimus Prime says, when are you and Beardo going to settle things in Mario Golf? You know, I don't want to beat him down too bad, but maybe at some point in time. Maybe at some point in time. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I just don't want to beat him down. Let's see. Jeremy yelled at me once because he misunderstood what I said to him in a comment. I'm blessed by Jeremy's anger. Hey man, it happens. It happens. But I appreciate you being understanding. Retro Sawmill says, love your content. Hail the 199. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like, you're just real, man. You're just real, you know, and that's really what it comes down to. Let's see. Let me see. LPJ says, here's a shot at you. What have you ever done? Have you ever made a movie or a TV show? Well, LPJ, I did create something called Geeks and Gamers. I created it back in 2011. And to this day, I would say it's definitely one of the more relevant gaming and entertainment website / YouTube channel brands. We have 10 YouTube channels. I have a team of about 30 or 40 people. I have gotten to know people all the way up to like the Jackson family. The fucking Michael Jackson family knows who the fuck I am. Who the fuck are you? Yes, the Jackson family. Taj Jackson is a personal friend of mine because of Geeks and Gamers. Yes, we have developed video games. We're working on our second video game, as a matter of fact. We are also involved in the upcoming Epic Verse that is working on small films right now. We are, yeah, like I said, we have one video game under our umbrella, and we're working on the second video game. We've also raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for a charity, which I often don't brag about unless dumb fucks like you try to say something smart aleck. And yeah, 10 YouTube channels. Friday Night Tights gets more views than a lot of mainstream outlets. Right now, you're looking at one of the, as a matter of fact, where did we end up last week? Let's see, since this dumbass wants to ask questions like he has all the answers. Let's see. So right now, as of yeah, because actually Camelot took a screenshot of it. So okay, just yesterday, I just looked at it. Just yesterday, Geeks and Gamers was the second most super chatted YouTube channel in the United States of America. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there are millions and millions and millions and millions of YouTube channels. And the channel that I created was ranked number 2 in the entire United States just yesterday. Now, if you want to go back to Tuesday, my channel that we're on right now was number 4 in the country. Number 4 in the country. So yeah, that's what I've done. What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? I'm just curious, what have you done? And if it's better than me, then God bless you. It doesn't mean that I'm not good. It just means that when you ask a loaded question like that, like you're something special, you need to have something to back it up when I've just dropped a ton of receipts and a ton of facts. I don't know why I'm responding to so many assholes tonight, but it's been fun. It's been a long time since I've done this. There's Drunk 3PO who saved the day. On the last CobraCast. Well, the last official CobraCast. And there you go. Drunk 3PO saved the day. Good to see him here. Jay, I know you got to be happy I'm responding to so many fucking pork wallets tonight. What up, Vic Whiplash in the house? I've got to catch up on Super Chats. I've got to catch up. I am so far behind. You guys are determined to make this a 3-hour CobraCast, aren't you? We're already over. Jay Hailstorm's falling asleep. I don't know what Hailstorm's doing right now. We got Eric K. I don't know what Eric K. There was something with what is J-Rock coming up with? I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Make CobraCast J-Cast again. You guys are just waiting for the internet to go down. Let me see where I'm at. I got to catch up on all of this. Got to there, got to there, got Mikey likes it, got that one. How far? I'm doing pretty good on super chats. I'm doing better than I thought. There was toxic bigots. Okay, now I think we're good. Here we go. Legalize adulthood says beep, 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 beep. The sound of cluelessness. That was from Mike Pence. My goodness. Ricky M, I did not miss your member message. I'm going through them right now, but I can find yours right now because I saw your comment. So let me see if I can find your member message right now, Ricky M, and I will read it. There it is right there. I wish you would be willing to try stream more single player games like Yakuza and like a Dragon series. Back me up, chat. I will do whatever the people want. So if people like if I could pull 500-600 people watching me play a video game single player, I'd do it. And maybe we'll try that out. So I work for the people. So if I could do something that the people want to see, then I will do it. The reason Fortnite's become a thing, there's two reasons. I do genuinely just enjoy Fortnite, but the numbers are good for Fortnite. People enjoy Fortnite. They enjoy watching us. I know a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do. And I can't worry. Like I worry about the people that like what we're doing. And I know a lot of people don't, but then that's why we do the Battlefront. We do Mario Kart. We're going to do other stuff. And then there's a plethora of games out there that we can play. But I got you, Ricky. I got you. So chat, he wants to chat to back him up. So we'll see what happens. All right. Let me go back here. Gas door was open. Talking about Pence. God, Pence is such an idiot. Mike Pence for Beard of Shame. Koa Lee. Mike Pence, you're not my buddy, pal. Ajax with the $2 super sticker. Hubba. Snow Rom says, why do we need a 17-year-old energy plan when Trump gained energy independence in less than 4 years? It's a good question. Matthew, Donkey Puncher with the 199. Just got my 199 shirt. Glad to hear that, D-Day Direwolf. Glad to hear that indeed. Modalicious says we need to see that Trump. Oh God, it was Regeneron, right? Wasn't it Regeneron? It was Regeneron. Let me see. Is it still on YouTube? Let me see. Regeneron, something like that, right? Hang on. I'm trying to find. There was a meme of it. Here we go. This is the one I was talking about right here. I think this is the one.
Perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president. I got back a day ago from Walter Reed Medical Center. I went in, I wasn't feeling so hot. And within a very short period of time, they gave me Regeneron. A short 24 hours later, I was feeling great. And that's what I want for everybody. If you're in the hospital and you're feeling really bad, Regeneron. We have hundreds of thousands of doses that are just about ready. You're going to get better. You're going to get better really fast. Regeneron. Because I feel great. I feel like perfect. I want to get for you what I got. Regeneron. And you'll see some amazing things happen. You're going to get better. You're going to get better fast, just like I did.
The stupid Lincoln Project put that together and like made it look funny and cool because Trump haters are so stupid that they just make Trump look funny and cool. So Lincoln Project tried to put that together to make Trump look bad. God, they're such idiots. I hope that's the one you were talking about, Modalicious. Feminem has a cat in its name, Vagina. You mean this one right here? Hang on. Where's it at? I know I got it somewhere.
Or her cat was named Vagina.
Trump 2024. Ask Eric K about gifting. Eric K, what about gifting?
Oh, just that people on iPads and with iPhones, they cannot gift, they cannot accept. YouTube
Really?
does not support it. Yes. So,
Really?
yeah, that's what Keckler was talking about. So,
Huh. That's strange. I mean, I personally don't like iPhones. I do have an iPhone for a backup phone, but my primary is Android. Android for life. That's crazy. Because I know, like, I know Ruthie. Shout out to Ruthie. She's had a lot of problems with iPhones as far as like memberships and stuff. That's so strange because usually iPhone gets the updates first on all apps and stuff like that. So that's wild.
so Nerdy Neo just said, Boba Fett just said that on iOS you can accept gifts now, but you cannot gift them. So that's something new. But yeah, it's been that way forever. They don't support it at all. Well,
There you go. All right. Well, sorry to hear that, guys. So, all right. What is this J Rock thing? What's going on with J Rock?
J-Rock says it's time to kill the monster. He did not mean to create the monster he created, and he does not want the feet anymore. So it's time to retire the feet.
J Rock, the man that created the feet, has now called for the end. I personally hope that that's the case. I would like to see the feet thing end. I don't want CobraCast to turn into a feet wars. As much as I would love to grift off of that, I have to draw the line somewhere. So,
well, there's a time and place for feet, and this is not it. We kind of interrupt the flow of the show every time. We're moving good, and then all of a sudden, slam on the brakes. Feet.
I believe the people will support us without me grifting off the feet. So can we make this the final feet battle right here? I delete the feet meme that Jay Hellstorm created, and we end it. But Alec Baldwin's finger just said I took J Rock out back and beat some sense into him. So there you go. Alec Baldwin's finger don't miss. So we appreciate that. Yeah, I would hope that would be the case. So we will see. All right, thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. Back to it. Trump didn't start a war. No, he did not. No, he did not. Did you hear about what happened to Andy No over the court case against Anquifa in Portland? Judge sided with them scum. Yes, I did. Disgusting what happened to Andy No. I don't know him, but I respect Andy No. And it's truly like that. To me, that's like setting the precedent for what they're trying to do with Trump. Trump's not going to get a fair case at all. He's not going to get a fair trial. Not even close. Not even close. And that's what we're all worried about. That mega line hit like Chrissy saying Froskin and Eminem mid-transition, laughing my ass off. Shout out to the 199. 199 represent all day, every day. Appreciate you guys for always showing love to the 199. Yeah, there's Darius H with the nope, no feet. Thank you, Darius H. Off subject, remember when I was yelling about UFO? It never showed up after Ocean Gate incident. Third party controlled? You never know. I know. I do remember you yelling about that, though, Keck Lord. I do remember. Ajax, I got that one. Magnor's. Me likey milkers is not okay. Me Reiki milkers, it's not okay. Impeachment might actually hurt Trump. It could draw attention away from his many indictments, which so far have been boosting his poll numbers. Yeah, what they're doing, let them keep doing it. Let them keep doing it. Soldier Ron says no feet. Sierra Tan says no feet. This is the last one. So Darius is my bro, no feet. We need new heroes. It looks like they stepped up, Darius. It looks like they stepped up. Looks like they did. The show was flowing nice, then no feet. Please, no feet. I can't right now. We don't need no stinking feet. Flag Ninja, how would you feel about a Chrono Trigger remake? Remake or remaster or what? the problem with remakes and all of this is or reimagining, however you go, is they would change certain things, and because they want to update it to make things, oh, this is offensive now or whatever. And yeah, you may think something like Chrono Trigger wouldn't have anything like that. You'd be surprised. So I don't want anything unless it's a direct remaster, which I don't feel that they would do. I would just rather just play the OG anyway. Sadly enough, that's just where we are with it. Darius says every dollar counts, ladies and gents, no feet. If you lots need to see Bree's feet, that just means you don't have a leg to stand on. No feet, or I am rioting. The people are speaking tonight. Amazing. Biden has not mentioned this film. Yep. Silent Running right there. Warren Smith. Nate, I got that one. It's not bragging if you back it up. The worst is I was listening to an IGN gaming podcast, and one of the dudes over there started talking about hating Trump. I want to hear about games. Yeah, exactly. And I've tried to, like, this is the reason I do this stuff on CobraCast, is because I try my best to stop to not talk about politics on Geeks and Gamers if I can help it. Obviously, it slips in every now and then, but everybody knows, like, I don't care what your politics are. I want you following Geeks and Gamers and supporting us over there from the entertainment side of things. Obviously, if you do support Trump, you're probably going to feel, hey, at least we got a guy on our side beating me. But that's not what defines Geeks and Gamers. As I've said many times, you look at the Geeks and Gamers Twitter account. The Geeks and Gamers Twitter account has no opinion whatsoever. It has zero opinions. It is not supposed to have an opinion. It is supposed to share the news as unbiased as humanly possible. And then you, the audience, get to make up your mind, whatever. Sometimes we share stuff on Geeks and Gamers and people are like, what the fuck are you reporting on this for? Because it's part of the news. It's not up to me to determine like what we share, what we don't share. We try to share whatever's relevant. And then the people, the individuals, can say whatever the fuck they want. They just can't do it as Geeks and Gamers, because Geeks and Gamers has no opinion on anything. And that's how it will continue to be. No opinion. Now, I got plenty of opinions, and I'll share them all day long. Did you just do the Shia LaBeouf meme? Just do it. Yes, Shia LaBeouf. I love Shia LaBeouf. I think Shia LaBeouf's awesome. I think he's awesome. It's kind of crazy, but he's awesome. Peanut Butter Falcon. If you have not seen Peanut Butter Falcon, watch it. Peanut Butter Falcon is excellent. And Shia LaBeouf crushes it in that movie. So that's my recommendation. That's my movie recommendation for you. Peanut Butter Falcon. If you haven't seen it, watch it. You'll love it. It's excellent. Well, I'll even, if you want, we'll show the trailer. We'll show the trailer. What did J-Rock say? Okay. Eric K. Alec Baldwin's finger messed up. Blame him. I wanted to end this. The Breets will never concede now. I was gracious and I received insults. Brie Larson's feet matter forever. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fucking hell. Oh, no. Donnie Danko says he will not divide us. We may have to ban J-Rock. We may have to ban J-Rock. May have to get rid of him. We may have to ban him. Warriors, we have run. Rest for the next battle. You have deserved it. Feeder for freaks. Feeder for the wall. Now give me my Tommy gun. Last Pathetic Jedi. That's a good one. My super chat was overlooked Monday because internet dying. I'm a true boomer. I'll be 61 this month. One of your oldest members. Hail the 199. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sure a few of them got missed on Monday stream. I apologize. Shout out to Jay. He did a fantastic job of saving the day. Did you hear that Alex Jones decided to join Steven Crowder's show? I wanted to hear your opinions on it. I mean, I've heard about it. I haven't really researched it much. I mean, obviously, Alex is close with Steven. Steven Crowder's trying to create his own little thing. That's great. Obviously, I'm not a fan of Steven Crowder, but I don't have anything negative to say in terms of I want him to be successful. I think he's still a powerful voice and an important voice. I'm personally just not a fan, but having Alex Jones on his team is a massive win. And so, yeah, it's a great move. And I want Alex to be successful too. So the more people that can hear Alex's voice, the better, in my opinion. So I'm all for it. Zach Tech says, when is Drunk Cobra Theory? We've been trying to get it together. We've had some scheduling issues from me and Theory both. So we will work it out, but it will be happening hopefully soon. Watching YouTube has replaced TV for me, many others. So not having a movie or TV show is not gotcha. If you got other super, I missed. If you got my other super, I missed it. No, I highlighted it. I will read it, Mary. I will read it. Drunk 3PO says, get Jeremy to number 1. I don't think we'll be at number 1 today, but it'll be okay. We've had a hella good night. I don't think number 1 is in the cards. Top 10, maybe top 5 tonight, and that's okay. At the end of the day, I'm just happy that you guys are enjoying what we're doing here. As a matter of fact, like, look at this right here. Hang on. Let's see this. Let me see. I mean, if you want to be, if you want to, this clown that asked me if I've ever started a TV show, I mean, hey, if you go over to IMDb, I've done a lot, motherfucker. Look at there. Look at all these shows I've created. Look at all these shows that have dog shit ratings because all of my haters go over there and fucking look at all these shows, man. Look at there. CobraCast, Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra, Sports Wars, Geeks and Gamers Live, Geeks and Gamers Play, Park Hopping. I'm a producer. I'm an executive producer. They don't even have Friday Night Tights on there. I'm listed as a fucking director, motherfucker. What have you done? Are you on IMDb? I'm on IMDb. I'm a big fucking deal. Case closed. End of discussion. I am a producer and a director. I am a writer. I am an executive producer. That is important, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, it's over. It's done. Mary, where you had another one, Mary. I know you did. Hang on, I'll find it. I apologize, Mary. Let me see. I know you had another super chat. It was a $10 one. I highlighted it while we were reacting to one of the videos, but I must have forgot to read it out because I didn't read. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Mary Nicholson for $10. We got to stop taking the high road. If the left wants to play dirty, we have to beat them at their own game. You want to catch a swine, you got to get in the mud and shit with it. Trump 2024. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I missed that one earlier, Mary. Let me see where we're at now. We are well over 2 hours. We're at 2.5, and that's okay. I'll go as long as we need to. You got that one. Total Chaos. Total Chaos dropping the $100. And yes, so the Tiffany Gomez, she basically is some marketing executive. She lives in a multi-million-dollar home. She wasn't talking about lizard people. She was arguing over AirPods. Yes. So that was the big story. It wasn't about lizard people. It was not about lizard people at all. Oh, man. That is so, so sad. But it is what it is. Thank you, Total Chaos. I appreciate you, man. Did you hear about Rockstar Games porting Red Dead Redemption to the PS4 and Switch? They're charging $50 for it, and they removed multiplayer. Rockstar has fallen from what they once were. Yeah, we covered that on Geeks and Gamers Daily today, as a matter of fact, about the backlash that they are facing, and it is enormous backlash for that. And Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were expecting that to be a remaster or, you know, an upgrade in some way, shape, or form. It's just a port, and it's not going to be anything special, and they're charging $50 for it, and you can still get that same game on Xbox. Like, it's a disaster. So a lot of backlash for Rockstar on that, but we did talk about that one. Let's see, Trump 2024. There's the Red Reverend Osteen. We need the blessing and for Beardo to stop choking on corn. This chat has blessed us tonight with a lot of red MAGA super chats, and I, Jeremy Osteen, want to praise all of you. You have blessed this chat with red MAGA super chats. We appreciate that. We are not going to have brief feet. We are striking you down in the name of Alec Baldwin's finger. Praise be to Alec Baldwin's finger and a big Wamen. Jeremy Osteen said it, so it must be true. There we go. There we go. The rise of the 199. You are going to get sexy back in. You're going to get sexy back in. Coeli says, you can say it. You can say that you don't like Trump, but I don't hate Trump supporter. I accidentally let it slip back when I was rooming with one of my best friends. The way they looked at me still scares me. When you tell people these people, man, it's so wild. Like, but you know what's crazy? The Andrew Tate thing sends people into a frenzy just as much right now. People on my side of the argument, bro. Like, if I say, like, I don't hate Andrew Tate because I want to see the evidence and I want to see it all play out, they're like, haven't you heard what he said? Yes, motherfucker. I've heard everything he said. I've also heard rappers talk shit my entire life. Talking shit is not a crime. Saying words is not a fucking crime. It just isn't. Yes, Andrew Tate ran his mouth. He talked a lot of shit. And so does every fucking body else on the internet. That ain't a fucking crime. So until you can show me some fucking evidence, no, I don't think he should be locked up. Jesus Christ, the people that lose their minds over it. And I'm like, I will not be told what to think and what to believe. And I sure as hell ain't gonna cry over fucking words. All right? Because if Andrew Tate being a pimp, because he said he's a pimp, means he should be thrown in prison, then let's lock every fucking rapper alive known to man up. If that's what we're doing now, then every fucking rapper needs to be locked up. If talking shit means that you need to be locked up, then every fucking rapper needs to be locked up right now. I look at him like he's a professional wrestler. That's when I look at Andrew. To me, he's a gimmick, but he's smart when you listen to what he's actually saying. But I think he's running a gimmick, and he's damn good at it. So we will see what happens. But until then, people get worked up, man. People get worked up. Retro Sawmill, I got that one earlier. Thank you. Never forget Raccoon Gate, LOL 199. By the way, have you achieved red super chat? We deserve. Yes, I gave it. I just gave it. Let me see. Andrew wasn't just talking shit. You're lying. Okay. I don't know if he was talking shit, and neither do you. But until there's evidence, all you can assume is that it's shit talking. Where's the fucking evidence? And I know this person does not like me at all. This is probably the greatest moment of your life that I highlighted your comment. Like, I knew this before I highlighted your comment. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to you. Me highlighting your comment and acknowledging your pathetic existence is the greatest thing that has ever happened to you. I fully understand the ramifications of what's happening right now. I fully understand that your 2-inch penis is harder than it's ever been because Jeremy D-Day Cobra acknowledged you. It's a little disturbing. To be fair, it's a little disturbing, but I understood that was what's going to happen when I highlighted your comment. All right. So just to be clear, I understood what was happening. But until there's evidence, it's just shit talking. All right, where are we at? This has been a fun CobraCast, man. This has been fun. Yes, Alec Baldwin's finger, 100%. Life tip to LPJ: don't ask the question if you don't want the answer. Boom. There's drunk 3PO. All right, so we're looking good. We're almost caught up now. Cancel cable, starve the mainstream media, info war 2024. Jeremy shows his back in to get this. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier, and you gifted a membership earlier. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier, appreciated. Thousands of precinct chairmanships are empty. Fill them. InfoWar 2024. That's a big thing that can be done. Well said. Beef Nasty, you said you started Geeks and Gamers in 2011. Do you think YouTube has pulled the ladder up on smaller creators due to the algorithm? Well, so I started Geeks and Gamers in 2011, but we really didn't become it's evolved from what I originally created. I created Geeks and Gamers in 2011 as video game tournaments locally in Montgomery, Alabama. So that was what the creation was. I wanted to do video game tournaments. The whole dream of what I wanted to create was when I grew up playing arcade games with my friends in arcades. And in arcades, you would have a couple of people playing an arcade game, and you would have a group of people behind you cheering you on and hyping you up. And there was a lot of enthusiasm. And, the next person would come up and slap a quarter down on, I got next, slap a quarter down. I got next. It was just it was a great atmosphere of competition and shit talking and having fun. And it was Friday and Saturday night. It was lit and it was awesome. Okay, so I started playing a lot of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Black Ops, all of that, and I wanted that same feel because I'm like, playing online is fun, but and we run our mouths and we have a lot of fun on Xbox Live, but I want to do it in person with people. I want to play games in person. I want to see the look on your face when I beat you and I have to talk to you and you can't shut me up. You can't mute me. You can't turn the mic down. So I wanted to create tournaments. And so that's what I did. I created local tournaments in Montgomery, Alabama. And the first tournament was a Black Ops tournament, Call of Duty Black Ops tournament. And the turnout was really good considering I had no money and I had no resources really, except for a bunch of awesome friends. The execution of the tournament was terrible. And it was terrible because just getting systems to talk to each other and, system linking and all of that, it was a disaster, but people loved it. I had people coming up to me saying, thank you for doing this, yada, yada, yada. So I ended up doing video game tournaments for like a year and, kind of got burnt out on doing those, even though they went really well. I evolved it into a Facebook group that got really big. And then I created the website. And then eventually we made a YouTube channel that I was not really a face of because I never wanted to be a YouTuber. And late 2017, I was frustrated because Geeks and Gamers wasn't really growing. It was just kind of stagnant. It wasn't making money. I lost money from the moment that I created it until mid 2018. I lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars creating Geeks and Gamers, growing it, evolving it, whatever. And then 2017, I went to my team and I said, hey, we got to change things up. Things aren't moving in the direction I want them to move. So I'm going to be a lot more opinionated with where I stand on things. I'm going to tell people I'm a Trump supporter publicly. I'm going to call out Hollywood and I'm going to take a more firm stance and not be politically correct because I am sick of this shit. And luckily a movie called The Last Jedi came out. And so I started talking about that and I started talking about being a Trump supporter. And so 2018 is when we started growing. Before then, there was no growth. There was nothing. It was nothing. I had nothing. And so now to answer your question, that was a long way of saying I didn't just start doing YouTube videos in 2011. But no, I don't think that YouTube has pulled the ladder on smaller creators due to algorithm. I think that there is you have to try new things constantly. And I mean, I've seen, shout out to Valiant Renegade, by the way. Valiant Renegade was live today. He invited me on his show. I couldn't make it because this is like my third or fourth live stream of the day. Valiant Renegade has been crushing it. And he was a small channel not long ago. And now he's like up to like 40 or 50,000 subscribers. He had 5,000 people watching him today because he has been hammering points home, and he's been making great points, following Disney, calling them out, and doing everything he could to kind of work into that algorithm. But it's not easy. It's going to take time. It's going to be frustrating, and you just got to work through the grind. But if you are persistent, you can break through on it. I don't think that it hurts to be a small channel. I don't. I think you can grind through it. You got to find what works, and you got to find your, kind of your way into it, but it can work. So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged at all. Darius. Ethan Flash says, I've been around since your NPC news live streams. Holy shit. That's a long time ago. Darius says, Warriors, I'm hearing rumblings of violating the peace treaty. Stay vigilant. Oh, man. Oh, you guys are the best. If you're brave enough to poll chat, Bree will win. Do it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, man. I kind of feel like I've been put on blast where I have to do it now. I have to poll the... Last time I did this, she won. But money-wise, she's already won. She's lost, right, Jed?
She's lost soundly. There's no coming back.
You motherfuckers, you broke motherfuckers ain't going to sit there and change the rules. Okay, this ain't the 2020 election. You lost fair and square. If you ain't got the money, it ain't my problem. But they were closing Bree feet down tonight. It's over. Done. There you go. It's over. You are very welcome, Beef Nasty. You are very welcome. So there you go. Jed just said it. It's over. It's over.
It's over. It's over $300.
It's over. All right? Over. I'm not doing the 2-minute countdown. I'm calling it right now. We are well over 2 hours. Show is over. We still got to do Beard of Shame. We still got to show Sexy back in. It's over. Alec Baldwin's finger didn't drop 50 gifted subs, and you can go ahead and chalk his 50 gifted subs up to it too. We already know. We already know where Alec Baldwin's finger stands. All right, it's over. You're welcome, Beef Nasty. You're welcome. All right. Dirk Matherson, Fortnite. I'm not playing Fortnite tonight. Thank you, Jed. All right, so we do have Sexy back in time, ladies and gentlemen. And then we got Beard of Shame. It has been a fun night. It's been a wild night. I have responded to a lot of critics, but I like responding to my critics. It's fun. It's fun. And hey, 1,000 likes. You guys know what you get with 1,000 likes. We are very transparent around here. We like to show you what's going on. Boom. There is the Sexy back end. Show me those peaches in the chat. $1,000 in chat revenue and 81 new members, 50 of them from Alec Baldwin's finger. Legalize adulthood dropped 20. Whew. So there you go, right there. That's beauty right there. I appreciate you guys being so supportive. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Amazing support. And I don't know if I deserve it, but I'm at least thankful that it is happening. And I will continue to work my ass off for all of you. There's Archangel Gabriel, who got a membership, or I think you remember earlier, but just being cool, man. It's always being cool. So I'm trying to see it right there. Did you say good night, Archangel? Is that what you said? I can't find it. But I think Archangel said good night. So thank you, Archangel. And now it is time for the Beard of Shame. I think it's done. I haven't even double checked. I've been distracted. Let's see. Yes, Beard of Shame is done, ladies and gentlemen. So before we show Beard of Shame, again, I want to thank all of you for being awesome. Yeah, look at there. There it is. That's the snake pit right there. That's what's up. See, now everybody's going to know you and know you're good peeps, all because of our interaction tonight. So you are awesome. So I appreciate it, man. And all right. So Beard of Shame time. Again, thank you. Airsoft says 199 forever, bro. Right back at you. 199 forever. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, CobraCast 199 is proud to present to you tonight's Beard of Shame.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
Ticka Slim Shady has severe TDS. Orange Man bad, so very sad. Donald Trump makes me crazy. All I can think about is Trump. I took a blue pill and I've been ill. I just left the doctor. He said I'm a lost cause. That TDS is gonna make me pause. Cause everywhere I go, I see Trump. Every time they indict him, he gets a bump. I won Beard of Shame because I'm lame. I used to run the rap game, but now I'm a joke. But that TDS is overwhelming. I think I'm gonna choke. Oh wait, I already did. Because I don't want fans if they voted for Trump.
Dude, we have to upload these individually. Although, funny story, I think Pence actually won the poll. I think you left a little early, Hailstorm, which is okay. How many times has Pence won this damn thing, Hailstorm? So I think Eminem was leading when you left. So what you guys don't understand is he needs time. Hailstorm needs time to put all that together. One more time. We got to do it again.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
Ticka Slim Shady has severe TDS. Orange Man bad, so very sad. Donald Trump makes me crazy. All I can think about is Trump. I took a blue pill and I've been ill. I just left the doctor. He said I'm a lost cause. That TDS is gonna make me pause. Cause everywhere I go, I see Trump. Every time they indict him, he gets a bump. I won Beard of Shame because I'm lame. I used to run the rap game, but now I'm a joke. But that TDS is overwhelming. I think I'm gonna choke. Oh wait, I already did. Because I don't want fans if they voted for Trump.
Hailstorm, don't we have a Pence one that we can play from?
We have like 4 of them.
Drop the Pence one so I can do whatever the most recent one is. Probably we'll play a Pence one for it because I think Pence won the poll because I didn't stop it in time when you left, but that just shows how close it was. But that was fantastic. We need to upload these individually is what we need to do. We really do. But yes, the chat showing a ton of love to Hailstorm. I got the Breets mad at me tonight, but hey,
just scroll up to Thursday's DMs. He won last.
Oh yeah, he did win the most recent one, didn't he?
Well, it's right before the Tim Ballard interview was posted in the DMs. So August 3rd. Go to August 3rd.
Okay. Let's see. Trying to find it now.
Or I can just share my screen.
There it is. I got it. Here we go. So here's the Pence one. Pence is winning the Beard of Shame more than any fucking body. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, CobraCast 199 is proud to present to you another Beard of Shame.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
Thank you, CobraCast, for making me a 3-time Beard of Shame winner. I would like to also say that Americans are not my concern. And damn it, again, my only concern is this damn fly. It's still haunting me. It watches me when I sleep. I see it in my dreams. And it's the first thing I see when I wake, that constant buzzing in my ear. Everywhere I go, it follows, always buzzing. It lurks in the shadows. Why? What do you want from me? It's drawn to me, for I am a huge backstabbing piece of shit.
That was really good, dude. That was really good. All right. So shout out to Jay Hailstorm for tonight's Beards of Shame. Appreciate you, buddy, as always. Thank you. And thank you to the chat for being so incredibly supportive and funny and making me laugh and keeping the chat hyped as always. You guys are the best, really are. We got Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow, and that should be a fun one. And then we'll have more, we got gaming streams coming up. We got all this stuff. I did download Gears 5 today because apparently we're going to try to play Gears of War 5 at some point. We want to try to do Halo. And there's just not enough time in the week for me at this point in time. I just have no time. So we're trying to do as much as we can. But yeah, so thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you again. Feel free to comment on the stream afterwards. And again, the most recent CobraCast was taken down by YouTube, but it is available on Rumble if you want to go check it out. You guys have a great night. I'll talk to all of you later. You guys want Sabaton? You guys want it? I just need to see if you want it. Yeah, let me know in the chat and I'll fire it up, and that'll be the outro for tonight. Is that what you want to see? We can make it happen. Oh, and again, thank you over there. Oh, Rumble. I got a few people over there. That face you make when you find out you're a producer and a director because you found yourself on IMDb. Thank you. And thank you guys for supporting on Rumble. And I appreciate it. Have a good night. And we will talk to you later. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Be safe. And I will see you tomorrow for Geeks and Gamers Daily on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. Have a good night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.